struggle the fight. We shine a light in the darkest night, because we believe in hard work and faith. The Sierra Leone way. We hold the line, come what may.
Them won't set we more them, but we go shout. Now the poor man voice we they bring out.
Now we are right for know the truth. Now that make we go protect the truth.
Truth began more than neglect anyone.
We are the voice, we are the flame. Truth will rise, they'll know our name. We are the truth and nothing else.
Truth began, we know the play.
Now for alone, we declare the way. Tune in every day to
Truth began radio.
This is Truth Radio on 103.9 FM, a new wave of radio listening in Sierra Leone. Stay tuned.
Well, me fancy anyway for do what you say no more. Hallelujah.
Truth media.
Truth
media.
Truth media.
Truth yes, you. Truth media. How join and Truth media.
Truth media.
Truth media. Say unala we dey watch Truth media.
Me watch.
Unala we dey listen to Truth media.
Now listen June.
Unala listen to Truth media.
Now listen to.
This is Truth Radio, 103.9 FM. We empower the nation.
Me, na Yusuf Ujalo, the Cowfoot Prince. And you, they listen to Truth Radio on 103.9 FM live inside Freetown. Na to the last.
Nyabone se wo matonya ye pe gbo era o. Tonya ye pe gbo era na tu ya gbo meta wa to mi na ni FM o. Tonya ye pe gbo era menga tu ya gbo meta wa to mi na ni FM. Tamianga tu atonya ye pe gbo era o. Anya buda tonya ye mi aloma. Tonya ye le mi amome. Nyabone jagbe yale de jati yale dwe mi do nyango ngolo tonya ye pe gbo era o. Mi atanu si vena. Namora bo mi driver. Nyabura je pe gurura bo mi wa bido tonya ye pe gbo era. Amiaga tole papa goti talo ba papa ne beda pene gbenugo ma o ya gbo gbeta wa to mi na ni FM ne ma ya mi bede am keni mo ya de keni mo ni da keza keza me bi lo to me gbo amiaga pinga
It's a beautiful country. It's beautiful people.
Good morning, beautiful people, beautiful country with beautiful people, beautiful women, handsome men, hardworking people, resilient people, people that we hope and believe, where they keep them alive. Wake every morning. I see two women them this morning in Toots market. The other one get small picking in back. This Toots, the market way. I imagine say something a garden then don't cut plants and tire. You see say high. Toots market get picking a back all other plastic na hand. Drive past him and I'm like, it's life. People wake up this early to go hustle just for their livelihood with hope say, whatever they carry, we then care and go, then go get sell and can take care of the family. For all you know, these are the breadwinners of not only something them picking them, but something the extended family. That hope day of them people and they where they wake up, then keke rider, okada rider, very early in the morning, young people just get hope, say let's go and hustle, let's go find it. not waiting for someone to come give them, some small money or take them for go do bad, not into drugs. Just that belief. Say if I wake up early in the morning, I take my bike, I take my keke, I take my poda or my taxi, I touch my market, go na market, I go sell and get money and take care of myself and my family. That hope there is what is keeping some of us around and believing that there are people who genuinely just want a decent life. Just want the opportunities to be there for them survive. They also hard to take care of themselves, their families, their loved ones. Nobody, they don't have a politician, they don't know, they don't even care who is in power. They don't want to know. All they want now a better life for themselves and them picking them. The hope of that mommy where they plant garden, we don't use them for educating picking them, for take care of a family. The hope of that market man, a Congo Tom, a Kuto Road, a low-cost market, where they wake in the morning for go pull in markets and dove cuts, under coal, work at distance, spend motoka, just for they can sell and get in livelihood. And then people then they for make we believe, say, we for do things better in whatever capacity we do, especially with political power. Especially when them put their hope and trust and we as a people for lead them. The hustle with them deeper, the things and with them they do for make their lives, forget their livelihood. For make we understand, say, whatever decision would they take for being the interest of this nation. Not for being the interest of with political ambition, with political aspiration, with political selfishness, political arrogance, for be about the people. The Lord, thousands, millions of Sierra Leoneans, we not care about other than a power, whether it's APC or SLPP. They care about their livelihood. They care about their well-being. They care about them better one, them picking them better one, the education, the health care. One lay them in a decent place. One gets a better life like every other human being. That's all. That's all we all strive for. And the only people who go make that thing they better for we are we people who get political power. People who they vie for political power. People who they want you go dinner heaven, you go enjoy everything abundantly. Because Allah they provide the leadership is the be all and end all. So now this world, yeah, we political leader then are for provider heaven day for we leaders them, people in public service, and for provide the leadership, and then for make here we own heaven, make we get a dignified life, live a better life as a people, decent place for sleep, affordable housing, health care, education. Yesterday I was asking when last man then was on the shower. When last you opened the pump, it can you was clean. Somebody message. It's funny, but it's serious. It's funny, but it's serious. The people we don't in this city, we don't born now and grow up. They're not waiting a shower safe. They don't know. What is the basic things? Basic thing way for the one apartment or whatever house. Basic things. You know. But good morning and welcome. Assalamu alaikum. It is a blessing as always for Wake and Kamia and can do the people's work. We're inspired by those people, those women I saw today. I was like, it brings back memory. I remember when me nene they wake early morning. They left home for go buy Malin Wellington, for go buy market. It's not unique to me. Almost all of us share the same story. We parent them. They don't know they go Lumo. They don't know where they go Bara market for cancel. Waiting there in a market, now they sell. Now you they survive by. You know? It's tough for some people, but they're trying. They're not just sit on the wait. They're not just sit on the wait, say no, with the wait. People and they work very hard. They're people. We mama, we woman them, we sister them, we brother them. People where they hustle, bruh. They hustling. They hustle hard for their livelihood. They don't just sit and wait for politicians. But you get this class of people, the elite mostly. The elites, and they survive from the state. It's a cycle. They survive from the state. And don't make things better for the people. The ordinary people will not even care about who are in a power, who are not in a power. All they want is a better life. Good morning and welcome. May Allah bless we hustle, whatever they do, in the right way, for take care of ourselves and we families them. May Allah make them easy for we, provide for we. You know? There is some things that we see, you know. You tell God thank you, but you ask questions, you know. They ask questions that it's all waiting we get, you know. For able to make life, at least for the least person, somehow better, you know, dignified way. People can also in a dignified way. Just fix the things that could make lives better for people. That's all. That's what politics. With politics and democracy for benefits we. For be something where they look up to for change with life. Say if you give you power and not do well with the couch or that person, he will do better than you. And not to alhamdulillah, I will be last step for no more for the part. No, we should move. This country for run, bro. For run and catch up with other people. But good morning and welcome. It is a blessed Wednesday morning. Today na the 28th in January. January is ending, you know, it end this week. So January in a long month, you know, man can knock the salary early. So the time can long, but it's ending. I'm sure employers then go to prepare, if some go don't pay salary now, go to prepare for pay salary, you know. So the weekend go end fine, and we go start another month. We will start February by next week, inshallah. Good morning and welcome. This is the Truth Morning Devotion on Truth FM 103.9. With the broadcast live from the studios na Ilcott na Freetown. One for welcome all with viewers and listeners na YouTube and Facebook. And it's a blessing as always for Getuna. Una welcome to the program. And at this program we can always start with prayer. We pray for ourselves, pray for the country, pray for politicians them, you know, pray for development and progress. Let things change for the better in whatever way. Let God make we lives and better, and let God give you awareness and consciousness. So we go try for do waiting right and avoid waiting wrong. So join us in prayers this morning. Let we seek the divine guidance and blessings and intervention of Allah in we lives them. And let we pray, say, we do the right things and for make this country better. Let us pray. Join us in prayer. Say amen, amen, wherever you are. Because as my man and alumni can say, we not subdue that in prayer, Allah the answer. It might be you, it might be you. Just say amen, amen, and join us in prayers, not the morning devotion.
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك لنا فيما أعطيت اللهم بارك لنا فيما أعطيت وأعنا على ذكرك وشكرك وحسن عبادتك يا مقلب القلوب ثبت قلوبنا على دينك يا مقلب القلوب ثبت قلوبنا على دينك ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا أو أخطأنا ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إسرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين اللهم ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار اللهم لا سهلا إلا ما جعلته سهلا وأنت تجعل الحزن إذا شئت سهلا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين سبحان الله وبحمده سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك ونشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت ونستغفرك ونتوب إليك اللهم أنت ربنا لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إنا كنا من الظالمين لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إنا كنا من الظالمين سبحان الله وبحمده سبحانك اللهم وبحمده ونشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت ونستغفرك ونتوب إليك.
Father, in the name of Jesus and by the power in the Holy Ghost, I commit we beloved land, Sierra Leone. I pray, God, for your hand of protection over this nation. I pray that the blood of Jesus will be the shield and protection over this land. I come against violence. I come against political violence. Come against tribal violence. I ask, oh God, that you will bind we all in this nation and division no will take place among we in the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. I commit the ministers then are you and oh God. I pray, oh God, that they will serve the people then as the oath readily take in the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. I pray that you will give them divine wisdom, knowledge and understanding and come against self-interest in the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. I pray that they will get the wisdom for decide on things which will be beneficial to every Sierra Leonean in the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. I commit the president in your hand. I pray, oh God, that your hand will be over with president. I pray that you will protect the president from harm and danger. In the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, I cover our president with the blood of Jesus in family and home. In the name of Jesus Christ, pray that you will give him the wisdom, the knowledge, and the understanding. And by the power of God, it will bring all Sierra Leoneans together and unity will prevail in this nation. In the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, we commit the Sierra Leoneans then are your hand. Will prevail in this nation, love and harmony. Inside Jesus' name. Amen.
Talk, boy, still I feel the vibe. No matter what the men gotta for do, they will never still the vibe. Manpower ain't gonna be the same, they can never kill the vibe. You better one know that nobody in your hand, so always keep the vibe. Manpower not for God power. If it's ready, I tell us in a lie. Like you should not expire. If it's ready, I tell us in a lie. Manpower not for God power. Ready, I tell us in a lie. Like you should not expire. If it's ready, I tell us in a lie. Mr. Bright make me prospect the show. I've been here for 4 years, but my success the show. Bona Samza, you must like the show. That's the reason we are absent, they must like the show. Now the power with the up, be the master planner. Follow Uno Wood, make a follow master planner. Don't ya, I don't turn me the master planner. See, I just say it rest like planner. Manpower not to God power. If it's right, you tell us in a lie. That you should be no expire. If it's right, you tell us in a lie. Manpower not to God power. If it's right, you tell us in a lie. That you should be no expire. If it's right, you tell us in a lie. But me puppets peaceful and puppet get crime. Me puppet get church more than puppet get shrine. Them puppets too dark but me puppet they shine. No wonder they kiwaka but them puppet get crime. I'm destined for greatness, I make a talk less. See my paddle like a tranga but not top press. The back tell me say Sam's I left them now at the aid. And they give you all things relax just rest. Manpower not for God power. If it's right, you tell us in a lie. That you should be no expire. If it's right, you tell us in a lie. Manpower not for God power. If it's right, you tell us in a lie. That you should be no expire. If it's right, you tell us in a lie.
Manpower not to God power. You know, juju power. You know, not get nothing for do to you. Just believe in God. Hustle hard, work hard, strive for what is right. If you believe in God, worship Him. Just strive for be fair with other mortal man them, you know. No, say this not bad and you try for do that bad, you continue for do them. It means you're a bad person, you're a wicked person. Amen, amen to them prayer then they. Let Allah answer prayer them. Pastor say commit president to God. Commit unto God. Commit them to God. Commit with leaders them, with politicians them. You know? Commit their lives into God. And let Allah guide them for do the things they way right. With members of parliament say right now, you know, the only sharp side, only sharp side. But yesterday they watched the speaker of parliament, they make commitment, say, you know, then go ensure say then do it in right, you know, for the people and participate. Even say people that we get position paper can send those documents to the clerk of parliament, you know, for inform the conversation that we then get for the gate, you know, and I think that's important. That's very important. And the kind thing what they do, so like I don't say, constitution not a thing where they review every other term or amend every other term, especially at this pace. You know, over 20 years them for amend now the constitution. We get for do with elections. Not so easy thing. The critical things they will get for decide on. Which kind of electoral system would they use, whether well, the documents not give option. The documents actually just, they propose PR system. You know, they propose PR system. And members of parliament will go debate them. And if they agree on them, they agree which kind of PR system will they get. But people and on the complaint say there was a report. There were presentations from civil society, from interreligious council, paramount chiefs. We get a position say them prefer first past the post, where they get constituencies. But that not they part of the amendment, you know, they in a PR system. The ministers have been confirmed here the other day. He said the only thing we'll get for do after if we adopt the PR system. Now that we go agree which kind of PR system we want. If not hybrid, how we want them. A very critical issue that for let people and decide on which kind of electoral system they want. There's another critical one we get for do with the percentage. You know, so we're used to 55%, you know, for the first election. If you get 55%, then declare you winner. But if nobody not get time, we go into a runoff, and a runoff can be simple majority. But what we get now is, I think it's 53%, 52 or 53%, then you forget 20% from 1/3 of the country. We're in 11 districts. If we're able to get 20% of the votes there. So how will the elected president ever change if we pass this law, if we amend the constitution with this bill? So we need for understanding critical issues and day. And we can engage with members of parliament. I know there's been this concern about people don't know they're members of parliament. They don't, because it's a constituency base where you go vote that the party symbol you vote for. So we continue the conversation. Today we're going to talk to Augustine Sorisengbe Mara, we're a president of Lawyers Society, for breakdowns. Then gets a position paper and policy analysis of the whole amendment bill. We can break down, let the public self understand, like I don't say now, what we want to do. Now we'll get a conversation on let the public understand. Waiting with members of parliament then they're about for do. Waiting at the issues then at the bill. We start with the Attorney General and Minister of Justice. We don't get civil society, Marcella, we don't cover elections and don't make recommendations, them they don't raise your concerns. We don't get members of parliament them from the two main political parties, very senior members of parliament. The opposition don't want to say if due process is not followed, they get concerned about certain areas, and if due process is not followed, they will recuse themselves from the process. We mean say it will cause confusion and delay with whatever get for happen. And the deputy leader of the Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Tawa, assure say they go follow due process. They self get their own position them on waiting they want, you know. And today we talk to lawyers them. First, we go talk to Golo Kata for understand, because this whole review and out and column, we need to go back and understand. It come off from disagreement where the two major political parties then get, the opposition been get about the 2023 elections. Say no free and fair, the results now reflect the people and votes. Then they're not been go parliament, they're not gonna council, district council them, city council. Then sit down. The international community say no, let's see how we go resolve this issue. Let's have a dialogue. Get a dialogue, get agreement for national unity, then bargain, then discuss, then get 80 recommendations, then wait and see for implement. So I've been on the talk about the tripartite in work. The problem with the politicians them is they not trust themselves. They don't trust themselves. They get serious trust deficits. Just like I will not trust them, that's why they not trust themselves. Because they don't go sit down, they don't agree, they all don't talk, they don't agree saying that this what they do. But inside that same tripartite, they will not forget to that tripartite they don't they disagree, they don't they fight themselves, they don't they this. I remember the last time there was this where Dr. Mara take over, he raised a lot of concerns. The mayor yourself, where they represent APC, don't raise a lot of concerns. Say, you know, the things that really happen with the secretariat and the committee as well. So we don't begin get problem from the committee in work, leading us to this point now, whose side where they can get constitutional review. So sometimes, or most times, we they see problem, we they try to solve the problem, but who's how they begin for solve the problem, now they begin cause problem back. Now that same problem they carry it stay, we carry it up. We still not solve the problem. We go into another election. There is still problem. We not solve the problem. Come out of that election, the problem they still there. Then we spend another 5-10 years just to try to solve that problem. They will not remember development. Will they pay more attention about politics and the problem they will not resolve. Now then they see they happen right now. We shouldn't shy away from it. We don't get issue with the tripartite committee, its recommendation, its implementation. Uda, you go get the chief minister when a co-chair, go then a media, he go say this, you go get other person from the opposition when a co-chair. And you know, Dr. Tarawali said something the other day. because we get people that are politicians and we get political ambition for lead this process, don't make the whole process be about individuals and then politics. Unfortunately, it hasn't been much about solving the problem genuinely, intentionally, sincerely between themselves. Say, let's solve this problem. Let we be intentional, let's solve this problem without everyone thinking, oh no, if you do this, you're not going to make Ukana power. If you do this, you're not going to be able to retain power. That one way in the interest of the nation. So we've honestly missed, and we need to be sincere with ourselves. Prepare for the confusion that will come, possibly from Parliament. Prepare for the next review of the constitutional document itself. Right now, politics and now depends. So, politics, 2026, 2027, it's all gonna be about politics. It's all gonna be about people in power wanting to retain power, people in opposition wanting to come to power. With the people, he knows how to for matter and election term. When campaign start, now that term they get for matter, we get for be important. But national issues them like Tripartite, like agreement for national unity, like the recommendation them. We for able genuinely address them for solve the fundamental problem them we always they come up from we election. But we get people the way they fight for solve problem, they not solve them, they not trust themselves. If they come up and problem back. Trust not they. Then two party, they not trust themselves, they not believe themselves. They not it's just too clear. They don't trust themselves. And you go put them for lead, say wanna solve this problem. We don't come out of the tripartite recommendations and all of it with more problem. We don't come out with more problem. More problem. We've not been able to solve. We've not genuinely sit down and say, let's solve them problem. They are in the interest of this nation. It doesn't, constitutional business, not for be about who that they can have power or who that get power. It should be about the nation, because if for serve who that ever then have power, if for the nation in interest, now for the force. It's not about holding on to power or wanting to come to power. The moment we begin think that way, you get people the way they think that way for lead them process, and we've missed it. And we've missed this one. Let Allah help we, but we need for help we safe. But we to some extent we've missed this from the committee stage, the implementation. But we're going to talk to Golokata today for look at how far they don't go with the implementation of the recommendations. Them, who side we there, who side we they go. The process is still there. Still get for follow. But we get people that will not trust themselves. Man and woman say, if una dey na house, una not believe una self, una always go get plaba. Wallahi, trust, two side trust not dey. Plaba go always dey. Now the problem this will get. We put people in before we not believe themselves for lead a process where for solve a problem now this country in electoral issues there. For create institutional credibility. For ensure say we'll get election, we'll not make plaba for that election day, or even though we go disagree, but we'll not make that plaba way other people and go sit down say we know they go to parliament too. Or we're not a part of the process. But we've not been able. Check. We'll be going back to square one if we're not sincere and honest with ourselves. Man and woman now, husband and wife, if they not trust themselves, always suspicious about themselves, then go they hide money, then they go hide under, then they hide under. They always go they get plaba. Always problem. Call Canada and then phone, go one, who that call, who that this, who that they call you. And the situation and they will find we safe. Yeah, we can pray, let God help we, but we need for help we safe. Let's take our pledge, right? Let's take a pledge this morning. I start now commitments to this nation. Say we go always put interest above all else, no matter what. Salon, na we own. And we for believe in this country. We forget hope. For believe, we get hope. We believe, say, we got hope. The woman, the way me see this morning, they give me hope. You know, they give me zeal for come and do this. But if we do it right, let's take our pledge as one of our commitment to this country. So we always put interest above all else, and we always show Salon love. No matter how tiring it is, we'll continue for show love to this country. Continue for stay till we come back and do the roll call, take some stories, and talk to our guests then this morning.
I pledge my love and loyalty to my country, Sierra Leone. I vow to serve her faithfully at all times. I promise to defend her honor and good name. Always work for her unity, peace, freedom, and prosperity, and put our interest above all else. So help me God. So help me God.
I pledge my love and loyalty to my country, Sierra Leone. I vow to serve her faithfully at all times. I promise to defend her honor and good name, always work for her unity, peace, for her prosperity, and put her interest above all else. So help me God, so help me God.
Production.
You teacher, don't give up on Salon. Betty trader, don't give up on Salon. That get man, don't give up on Salon. Oh yes, make we don't give up on Salon. Even though we need that, then yes, they was somebody. Make we don't give up on Salon. Even though Pacific in the name of you. But I think you're hoping this Salon. Salon they happen to me every day. Una they see. Salon they happen to you every day. They see, yeah. Even though justice stand on them for the connected view, but I still believe in this Salon. Even though we freedom no guarantee, I still believe in this Salon. I'm your country, and it gives me like 1 year.
whilst you get hope, whilst you dey keep hope alive, remember say one day go come where we all dey go. So try for do wetin right, avoid wetin wrong. Where you get opportunity for serve diligently, serve in the interest of the people. You know, at this age and time, this stage where they so right now, always on the say, we will get opportunity, we will get spaces and all day. We for understand say we're not going for did it forever. Even me we see that I wouldn't be here forever. There are people who come who can do this better than me. The people they just need the opportunity. That's all. But we for do waiting right and try for do. We are not perfect people, but try for do waiting right. And ensure say we serve the interest of this nation. So to my bampai, we not in the place they right now. We go look back and say, yeah, we created some impact. We'll be remembered. Pakabaki always be with reference. Because he did things we build institutions things way we always point at, say, he did this, he did that. That is what leadership should be about. It's in your legacy, what you left. You know, waiting people and for remember you for. That's very, very important because naturally, we all get for die. Whatever position you did. I like now you create time for yourself safe. You did say time they come where they commodity. You not get for did it forever. Oh. You won't. Man, and they hide this bell. Why? Man. Yeah, you won't be there forever. You won't. You'll go. You'll die one day. Yeah. Good morning and welcome once more. I extend birthday wishes to my big brother and friend, Lawyer Sulaiman Kabak Umar Chia. You know, wish you the very best and pray say Allah continue for guide and keep you around. You know, and they wish you on behalf of the young professionals and situation room and all we common friends them, mutual friends them. We wish you happy birthday and all the best. Pray that Allah give you well body and long life. Good morning and welcome. Lord, do the roll call. The roll call. Lamboy Richie, good morning. Santigi Kagbo, good morning. Good morning. Kenneth Karimu, Stephen Safa, Ibrahim Mansare, Alaji Usman Conte, Chengno Ibrahim Ajalo, Maj Tentona, Zainab Masakoy, Eddie Clay. Good morning, Mohamed Bundo More. Good morning, Ba Ibrahim Kalilu. Good morning, Mosdi. I don't understand what Mosdi they say. Yeah, when Mosdi we as people then can say, now we the people them, you self get opportunity, raise some of the things some way you concern about. You know, the politicians, I make we they get different people. Don't get Marcella Naya. I think Marcella talk beyond just elections. He talk about appointments of electoral commissioners. It talk about different things same. We break down we been do highlight. It talk about them. It break them down, say now some of the issues and then the way the Attorney General and Parliament for pay attention to. You know, some things when are very critical issues where they inside the document. The issue of independent candidates, the issue of the registering political parties and all of that. So what you need for understand the constitutional review process they go on. But according to the Attorney General, this document force where we gonna Parliament so now the documents where they deal with electoral issues them where they inside the 1991 Constitution. So they want deal with electoral issues before we go to election. Before we go, so in the Attorney General bid explain say in thinking is and waiting they agree in a cabinet now that they never wait 6 months or 8 months to election, then go with them things they are na Parliament. It will be too chaotic. So then they do them early now for able address whatever they could address, parliament pass whatever, waiting there for come again at the referendum, hopefully could come in the referendum. So let we continue for engage, like we they continue for get different people, different interest group. They forget young people and our youths them, waiting at your interest. They forget women them, waiting at your interest. The ordinary people, like tomorrow, now we are gonna get for do the program. Tomorrow they open up the phone line. Call and tell me what you think, what you understand about the amendment bill, what you want for CD, what you think say now you concern about we they continue to get this conversation, because like I always say, constitution not to document way, then they amend every other year or every other time. It take time. It takes time. Imagine this process. We don't depend from Peter Tucker, Pakaba in term, to Justice Cowan, to President Bio. So we get the opportunity for do it right, but if we want to do it wrong back, we go do it wrong, everything in our hand. Everything in our hand. Good morning, Grace Morsori. Good morning, Gabriel Indolo Leby. Good morning, Nima Santos Ture. Mohamed FS Kamara. Good morning, Mohamed Bundo More. Good morning. Good morning, Ba Ibrahim Kalilu. Yes. Good morning, Adora Kitiwa Bultman. Good morning, Abdulaziz. Good morning, Aja Mariam Ja, Lamboy Richie. Good morning, Fode Tufan Kagbo, Maliki Dabo. Good morning, Maliki Dabo. Building trust. We political class, like we political elites, and for them will build trust between themselves now. When are the interest of the nation? Building trust. You just see. Person go come on at this political party, can at this other party, then they get a position locally. Then they able build trust panandi. Once you can support them for votes. If we the people then get trust in politicians and they give them power, then for able build consensus, trust in themselves, in the interest of the nation. Not so that way na people and personal interest. There are bills where they pass in parliament. You go interest you for understand how politicians and the divide, they agree on them thing then they. And they agree very easily and common way. I know politics is very contentious. Political power for fight for them, for retain them can always be difficult and tough. But things and we go solve with problem. Now, whatever elections they come, we need for agree and be very intentional in addressing them. Otherwise, we go continue for complaining the same issues them. And if we not address same problem, then after every election, we go spend 5-10 years they talk about reforming institutions and back. Forget about development. They focus by election and politics no more. But we need for move. We need for move. We don't need for get election after every 5-10 years. We pay attention to the confusion they come up at the election. Make plaba they pandande no more they focus pa. Collectively, the opposition, the ruling party, for able agree, look at things same way they happen for develop this nation. But we they play too much politics, bruh. Too much politics. After election, it's more about politics. Now, like, we all life is surrounded around politics. Anyway, John Karim Kelly, Mohamed Goldbach, Kenneth Karimu, good morning. Alimatu Daman Kene, good morning. Fode Fofana, good morning. Amina Tarani Dukure Ba, Mohamed Lamrana Jallo, good morning. Mustafa Jane, good morning. Mark Koma, good morning. Ash Samuel, Gugiatu Sako, good morning. Peter Beckley, Peter say, a volume of assumptions. Well, then thing they must happen, man. And this is the point I keep making about politics. Everybody get their own interest. Everybody will skew whatever they want in their own way. But me just believe, say, then document here for being the interest of the public. If for be how we solve the problem the way we all do agree, say, we electoral system then get. It can be difficult. It's give and take, but yeah, we for solve certain fundamental issues them, and we don't go the plane for get the conversation them and get people them for share knowledge, explain to the public. Good morning, Yasin Jallo. Good morning, Alaji Musa Kamara. Good morning, Shiba Concept. Good morning, Ezekiel Michael Karimu, Usman Wusu Sise, Mohamed Zito, good morning. Adoa Kitiwa Bultman, David Rogers, Mohamed Madina Ba, good morning. Ibrahim Mansare, good morning. Mohamed Bari, Fode Kamara, Sheku Lebo, Emma Williams Davidson, good morning. Sal Texal, good morning. Pa Ali Kamara, good morning. Alaji Aruna Sivali, good morning. El Aji Banks, good morning. Good morning, Mohamed Fona Sise, Kande Kamara, Kenneth Karimu, HJC, Alfred Theophilos, Drevi Paris, good morning, Patrick Mani, Mohamed Sambora, good morning. Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Albert Lansana, good morning. John Conte, JK, JK, they talk about, yeah, JK. I know sometimes, I know a lot of people, they try to make things their own way, dig their own borehole, and also install their own solar, just so that they go address the many problems same way than they get. But that's it. You know, it's tough. Augustine Momo Davis, good morning. Good morning, Jonathan Slim, Kuroma Sidiki, Ibrahim Mansari, yes, I see you, Mohamed Bundo Mori. Good morning, everyone, and welcome. It is a pleasure and a blessing, as always, for getting another program. We appreciate that. This morning, we're going to talk to Golo Kata from the Tripartite Committee Secretariat, and also we're going to talk to Augustine Sori Sengbe Mara from, and by the way, reach out to Sierra Leone Bar Association, because that's my professional body for check if they get any position on this, and say they will get back to we for discourse if they get any position. We can take some stories there. Let's just play this video. The anti-corruption commissioner, they put, you know, it look they serialize the videos of the building where Abu Kamara, the NRA guy, where they say they get for put up for sale. But let's watch this video no more quick of the building, one of the building them where ACC then at the custody of the Anti-Corruption Commission, and we say they get for put up for sale. The interior of the commissioner share then this year in Facebook. Let's just watch the interior of
property to sell.
Welcome home.
Building where they watch show now the interior of the house where the Anti-Corruption Commission been, well, it didn't have in custody where they say this NRA officer build and then seize. The commissioner writes say, you asked to see inside Black Johnson property that the ACC will be selling on behalf of the president and people of Sierra Leone. We have listened. Admire perfection, state-of-the-art finishing. We are still in the process of getting professional valuation before sale can commence soon. So these are the interior. You know, Abu Kamara gets a settlement agreement with the ACC, you know, we don't see some of, they say 3 property them, 2 na Freetown, 1 na the provinces, you know, but me and somebody they talk then this, and the person was interested to say, asking why the ACC, you know, they put Abu Kamara in face out. Why are you not showing us who is Abu Kamara? Why are you not also telling us what's in the amount of money where almost money Abu Kamara actually divert, almost money thief? You know, these are all questions we'll be asking the ACC hopefully as we they continue to pay attention to this issue. This is not the interior of the building as you see them. ACC say they get for put them up for sale. You know, this is what corruption causes, where somebody unexplained wealth. This now unexplained wealth, and say now unexplained wealth. You know, now Abu Kamara, the money we get, the property that we get, not commensurate to in salary and all of that. So this get for day up for sale, but the commissioner continuously they say get for need clean money, somebody will get clean money. I don't know how to evaluate that no more. There's interesting conversation. People and they say we can put this. I know there are institutions where they pay rent, government institutions, then plenty where they pay rent, where government they pay rent for. So people have been saying, why we not go give this property to some government agency or ministry? Let them use it, you know. Then we save rent somewhere. Make them. On people and they say, why not make it clinic or hospital, you know, all renting and they. So whoever continue, then conversation and they and ask ACC more question, you know, more question about Abu Kamara. If finally Sabi Abu Kamara as well, you know, if finally we put a face to the name and know who he is, who than him. Abu Kamara mau get taste to. You see the kind of building way. Anyway, let's take some more story. There is this medical equipment. You know, we just want help for share this notice. There is this medical equipment we're missing, and this now very important, you know, device where a life-saving Vivid IQ echo machine. Them Tifam say them Tifam na one doctor in Motoka. You know, and this not only two, now life-saving equipment, and not only two then at this country, only two of them. Now the one then don't thief so. So there, if you see them around, it's not a computer, not a laptop. If somebody see them around, please, can go na Prime Clinic, na 3 Battle Street, na Freetown, and go handsomely reward you. Now only two of these equipment exist at the country, now in the country. Worrying, right? Very worrying. But please, 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 if you see them around, if you see somebody hold something like this or care and go any side for sale, they are beg them, lay care and go lay return them back. Please, they are say this na a life-saving machine. Life-saving machine. Now two no more than the country and one this one $9. So please, with the help for raise this alarm and beg people them in case you see them around. If you see them around, please bring them to their attention. So we go save lives. We go save lives. Please, this not a laptop, not a medical equipment, na equipment for for save life. We doctor then they use. I understand say it was stolen from a vehicle. You know, somebody broke into a vehicle and thief this and care and go. Man, please, they are with a big, they are with the join who doctor them for big. They are help will get them back. So I want to play Freetown song. This is Freetown. I don't listen to Donny Major in song for Freetown. I can't talk about Freetown City Council. There is a crisis we need to talk about. Don't just listen to this song quickly.
Woke up this morning to the sound of children playing on the streets, calling to each other. No kaeto, no kaeto. Stepped out of my door, see this woman they sell. It call, say you don't buy your chair, you don't buy your chair. Well, that's the sound of my city, Freetown City. Every part of my city, every part that I am, nobody knows and nobody sees everything that I am, everything I've done so far, everything that we've seen, everything that we own so far, in the only place that we know, only place we call home. People of different colors, different cultures, yeah. Oh, 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 oh. Freetown city. Many beautiful faces you see. Right around, look out the window. Many beautiful places you see. Taxi driver calling, hurry up on for go. Border calling, nobody not love me. Yeah, that's the sound of my city. Freetown City, every part of my city, every part that I am.
Freetown City, indeed. Freetown City Council is in a crisis. Council is in a crisis. The chief administrator don't confirm that. Councillors them don't confirm that. There is an ongoing fight in Freetown City Council. It's happening right in front of our eyes. We're seeing it. It's happening. There is a leadership problem. Continuously, this has been happening, and it get a tendency to affect programs, sanitation, and other things in the city. There is this letter where one of the councillors them writes, Councillor Zainab Conte, when the chief councillor, raising concerns. Say Freetown City Council warns of governance breakdown and looming sanitation crisis. They say the councillors of the Freetown City Council have today raised urgent concerns over deepening governance crisis that threatens to paralyze the city's administration and undermine the delivery of essential services, particularly sanitation. At a press conference held at the 13th floor of the new city hall building, councillors outlined a series of troubling developments centered on the conduct of the chief administrator, including challenge to authority, safety concerns, refusal to implement council's resolution, unilateral actions, forcing staff transfers, and a lot of it, and talk about then the call to action. They say the council is calling on the Ministry of Local Government, oversight bodies, and all stakeholders to intervene urgently to restore proper governance, safeguard the authority of the elected officials, and ensure that essential services, particularly sanitation, are not compromised. The councillors reaffirmed their commitment to transparency, accountability, and service delivery. So, get the chief administrator Naya the other day, Ramantom Farmer. He also confirmed that there is a crisis at the Freetown City Council because he can sign documents, vouchers, and other documents there because he say the finance officer way they in a council day, then we don't transfer me. They under suspension because he refused to go and transfer. And he say he don't suggest the accountant sign, but say mayor no agree. So there is a fight between the chief administrator, the mayor, councillors. But you got this other group of councillors, about 17 of them, or 7 of them. I need to check the number. When are SLPP councillors? Themselves we get a press conference yesterday. Then disassociate themselves from this press statement, this letter. And also, they stand with the chief administrator. Them believe in the chief administrator, say they do the right thing. So this is the divide, the political divide. I've been telling you this morning how the politicians they not trust themselves. Whosoever they not trust themselves. So this is the divide we have in council, a leadership problem. Ramantom Farmer say the place get leadership problem, and I'll be asking him if himself will take responsibility, because they all for take responsibility. But this is a crisis that our city is in. Freetown City Council is in a crisis, and we all need for know, and we understand. Look the dirty, see, and then they have this screen where they show so. Now Freetown, this sort of upline. This is a Savage Street, railway line. Now they, this they happen. Not to the other side. Right before we. And if they not sign vouchers, if they not like waiting Raman some farmer been they say, if they not sign vouchers, they not pay for fuel for motocar them for go clean up. Council they on a standstill. Then we get more sanitation problem, and it will affect we. It will affect we all, we health, we well-being. And this is not a free town, Simon. This is not Freetown. This is na Western Rural District. This is na landing at Jue. Don't stick to Freetown, please, because we're talking about Freetown. You know. This problem again, the point I keep making about with the no problem them, with the see the problem them, because of politics and other things, they already solve them problem that day. The fights na Freetown City Council done there for a very long time. The first term of the mayor with the former chief administrator, then they prolong, he go far. Ministry get for intervene, do report, investigation and all of that. Second term, new chief administrator come, feel say the problem don't solve. Yo, there is more problem. It's 5 years now so of another problem. So 10 years we've had a council where the chief administrator, the mayor, don't they get problem. Then they affect governance seriously. It does. It affect governance, and where politicians them or people them we get leadership responsibility defect. Now we the people them, the ordinary people them, and then they suffer. It's actually not to them, because sometimes they move on with, then they get them facilities, them where they get, then go move around. But when it come to sanitation, to schools, them way free to municipal schools, them way free to they run, the school buses, them where they on that free to. If money not there, you can't sign vouchers for buy fuel for them. Then it affects the picking them. It affects we all. But Freetonians, just want to bring unto our attention. Freetown City Council is in a crisis. There are things where they go on, and we don't know what's in the solution to the problem. We've asked questions. I don't host the Minister of Local Government Naya, some time ago, ask him question about this. It's the old situation. It's the same problem. It's the same problem about procedures, processes. But we just think it's more about politics. It's more about politics. If if it was the ruling party person have been mayor, I don't think so them problem here for being there. I don't think so. I just want to believe that man is my opinion. I just think there have been ways where they for resolve this problem. But by the way, the vice president now they supervise local governments and local councils. There's a parliamentary oversight committee on local government and local council. We shouldn't allow them things here for prolong. Then see what they show so that there is a leadership breakdown. There is lack of leadership. There is serious lack of leadership. If we get to them points they are where continuously, like I say, first term of the mayor with the chief administrator been there was fight. Then transfer, then change the chief administrator in the second inning, then carry its new chief administrator. This fight don't continue back. Why can't people sit and find a solution, solve a problem in the interest of the people and the nation? Imagine them when they always sweep street now very early in the morning. Voucher they can't sign voucher or check for pay them. Now they get their livelihood. Now they able for take care of themselves. Staff then at Freetown City Council, people already work. Maybe it will affect their salary. January they end now. Sometimes they not pay their aid safe. People them get their family, then get their life for leave. Now their livelihood randy. Sometimes the decision all the things saying a very small decision. Let we not make no more, we go settle. It affects people, it affects thousands, affect families. These are things we shouldn't allow to happen. The kind state where Freetown they so force with the kind dirty way dirty, and we dey get fed back na council instead of addressing the problem. It about who is right, who is wrong, who is doing this, who is doing that. It's 10 years now. Now 10 years this council is spent so in fights. The mayor and the chief administrator, the mayor, chief administrator, certain, the last time, even the mayor and the deputy been get plagued by certain councillors them. This trip, you get the council will divide. You get councillors there when IPC councillors there standing with the mayor. You get some SLPP councillors and they with the chief administrator. It's not funny. It's not. It's not. It's a very tough situation. Not only say, oh, the councillor say, council, they in a crisis. The chief administrator say, council, they in a crisis. And this they affect service delivery and things away them for do. Mr. Vice President, you are the supervisor. Now you the supervise local governments and local councils. I think you need to intervene and see how this can be resolved. For the interest of we the Freetonians them, you serve na Freeton you they live. The president na Freeton you they. We all the Freeton. We need to solve this problem and don't allow it to prolong, for go this far. Please, with the crave on you indulgence and ask that you call them parties here together and see how this problem can be solved. There are people that will depend on council, and they work, and they depend for their livelihood. The woman they sweep the street now in the morning and other street them. If they not go sign check or voucher for pay them, it will affect their kids, their families, and picking them. If petrol not there for fuel not there for the boss them, the school boss them, where Freetown City Council they manage and Freetown here, it will affect school picking them. If fuel not there for the dirty motorcar them for go pick dirty, it will affect sanitation and waste management in the city. If we command them na January, long January na in the end so, if they can't get their salary on time, it will affect their families. If we can't provide funds for run the municipal schools them and health facilities them where council they supervise or where they under council, it affects education and health care. So we allow in the breakdown in service delivery to people in the city. And we go on all responsible for that. We go all on responsible because nobody ego on a problem, not for big pass, running a city or managing a city or providing service delivery for we all. Hopefully this can be resolved before the weekend. For it don't happen from last week, and the week they go so. Everybody they pull, everybody. I can tell you now, politician them, but God, it's you get people away. But this thing, it's really appalling. We don't allow for one for too long. It's been too long. It's been first term of the mayor, second term of the mayor. We don't allow them for happen. So it shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen. We can join with guests this morning, Golo Kata from the Tripartite Committee Secretariat, and later on at the program we talk to Augustine Suri Sengbe Mara on the Lawyer Society, the position paper and also policy analysis of the amendment bill. Continue to stay with this at the Truth Morning Devotion. We'll take a quick break. We come back shortly, but if you're not Freetonian, go on social media, tag the mayor, tag the vice president. They're all on social media. Tell them say they need to solve this problem. Don't tell them say they're not for allow this for prolong. We picking the way they go school, then depend so much. I can see them up here every morning. Then depend so much on the school buses. We family them, we sister them, we auntie them, we mama them, they sweep streets. Then get for pay them. If they not get money for pay them, na problem. You get municipal schools them. You get health facility them when a council they support. You get waste vehicles them, waste with the motorcar the way they pick dirty and all of that. If we not fix this problem and allow them for continue this week up to next week, then Freetown go dirty pass how we did so. We shouldn't allow that. So let's take a quick break. We'll come back shortly.
Next music.
Woke up this morning to the sound of children playing on the streets, calling to each other. No kaeto, no kaeto. Stepped out of my door, see this woman they sell. It call, say, you don't buy your chair, you don't buy your chair. Well, that's the sound of my city, Freetown City. Every part of my city, every part.
Plant enthusiast, me na somebody we believe in greenery, in nature and outdoors. And I not just believe for let me one green enjoy them, I believe also for bring other people them along. As soon as see me space, it started from only one plant. I begin with one plant, 2 plants, 3 plants. Now I have countless number of plants. I became a collector. I love my garden. I love my space. That's why we're hosting the first Salon Garden Expo.
Oh, le, 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 mama. Oh, shake it for Africa. Oh, yeah, rise up and stand up for Africa.
Wherein we're going to be showcasing, we're going to be celebrating everything we get for do with outdoor living. The outdoor furniture, yeah, so the one the way they import, where they sell. So this is an expo for we where they create, we where they build things. You na carpenter, you na mason, you they make pot. Come, get in touch. Let's come and showcase what we have. So you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, always posting and inspiring me followers them on growing their own plants and owning a garden.
Salon Garden Expo.
Salon Garden Expo.
Salon Garden Expo 2026.
2026.
Let's grow together.
Joining the rest of the world to digitalize our processes, to streamline our processes, and to make them better for end users and even for us.
The digital card is traceable and secure. It further aligns itself with government's development agenda and especially with regards to labor management information system.
Our priority is a fair and efficient system that welcomes skills and investment whilst protecting national security.
I mean, the sheer bureaucracy, the sheer time required does not make many people interested in coming over here to register for either residence or work permit, as the case may be. But we are streamlining the processes in such a way that you can apply for your resident permit from wherever in the world you are.
Apply through our official channels and stay away from fraud.
At Farmos, freshness isn't just a promise, it's our way of life. From raw and smoked catfish to kanya peppers, beni, rice and gari kanya and natai, from premium crayfish, ogiri and fufu to smoked chicken, fresh eggs from the farm to the fridge, country chicken and garden fresh vegetables. Try our habanero pepper, gari, hot pepper sauce, pure honey and so much more. All locally produced, organically grown, harvested fresh every day, and hygienically processed. A fresher taste, healthier foods, stronger communities. Farmos, fresh from our farms to your home.
don't come with soba kaiba. All ready for make
Soba kaiba bundle don't boss. Now you go able to talk Boku for small couple and still win Boku in them. Subscribe to the Soba Kaiba bundle now. Just dial *500# for subscribe. Choose your bundle and talk Boku for small money. Yes, this is the cheapest voice bundle na salon today. The more you subscribe, the more chance you get for win. Brown new keke dem, motorbike, generator, and solar light. Dial *500# and start for win.
Please get light so. Soba Kaiba don't do am. Me phone and they charge. Me also always get light. Me picking and able for study. Me na Soba Kaiba. You enjoy. I for enjoy.
Yes sir! Plenty Soba Kaiba don't boss. Oridopulado, the mega campaign all over the country. When they turn all man to Soba Kaiba, just dial *500# for activate the Soba Kaiba offer and talk Boku or dial *144# or use Maxit for pay with orange money anytime, any side and start chance for win. Soba price them every week like Stola kits them. Okada, generator, and every month one person will win keke or when they give you the power to build your life, support your family, and better your community. You self can live the Soba Kaiba life.
Welcome back. This is the Truth Morning Devotion on Truth FM 103.9 with the broadcast live from the studios na Ilkot na Freetown. We're on Facebook and YouTube. Welcoming all reviewers and listeners them from across the country and across the world. We continue with the conversation. One of the things we inform, some of the things we'll get na the constitutional amendments, the amendment bill right now, where they try for amend some parts na the 1991 constitution. Now things that will come up from the Tripartite committee recommendations, the agreement for national unity after the 2023 elections, the 80 recommendations them. Some of them they with the na then documents na the amendment bill. The Attorney General been on confirmed and we don't start the conversation with civil society. We don't get members of parliament. Today we get to talk about the legal issue, but we want to go back a bit. Now the studios this morning, I get the pleasure for get with me. Golo Kata, we na coordinator for the Tripartite Steering Committee Secretariat. They can't track progress, the implementation of the committee recommendations. Who side we don't come out, who side we they go, and how then work they inform some of the things and where they happen with the constitutional review, the amendment bill as well. Good morning, Golo, and welcome.
Good morning, Ramrana.
How has it been? How has it been, with the committee secretariat? And quick, when our people are waking for get quick. With everything that happen right now, when I talked to you, I was like, it's not like we don't forget, say there is a tripartite committee secretariat where we know they do some of their work there. But who side we there with the recommendations then? The 80 recommendations of the Tripartite Committee implementation status?
So the recommendations, the bulk of them don't go. Don't significantly they in progress. Mm-hmm. So that make we self we gladly. The Honorable Minister, the Attorney General, done yesterday again officially lay the bill in the Parliament, because that bill they touch a huge considerable part of the recommendations. The recommendations then they about three parts. Mm-hmm. One part they were not really about the constitution and the legislative reviews, and then I would not see. Another part they were not we'll call management and functional reviews, and then one in itself now the public sector reform units, and they deal with them. Mm-hmm. initially start with partners. So for the Electoral Commission, I first be doing. And that report they don't be presented to His Excellency the President, and already actions don't begin take place for the reforms. Where will they follow through? And then other institutions that they wouldn't say before go through, PPRC, IMC, SLBC, Independent Police Complaint Board, etc. They said don't go through. The report don't come out. Last week, the PSRU go officially hand them over to the Chief Minister, as chairman of the steering committee. So then they serve now. Then they develop. Then for don't they finalize the matrices. We go support the implementation. So then in the other part, third part, they will mostly around policies, regulations, and guidelines. When we really now for the Electoral Commission in your own internal duties, but also the PPRC. So, for example, policy on consultation, as to how they will do consultations, how they will develop stakeholders list as to who go in every step in terms of consultation.
You mean consultation in the appointment of Electoral Commission?
No. Consultation of the internal duties of the Electoral Commission.
Okay.
So, for example, they want to do voter registration. They forget a permanent list of stakeholders. We go through consultations with them before they get to that process. So every step of them work. So that policy they don't be drafted and has been approved by the board of commissioners. So they roll out someone now they look forward to. The same thing with recruitment of staff and also ancillary staff. The Electoral Commission, they recruit thousands of staff. We not to permanent staff them. So then when they serve, the regulations will be developed and for the, and in each of those stages, and they explain as to also how reporting will be. For example, that the Electoral Commission will go reports now. If a reports, put on a website, a gazette them, leave physical copies now in the commission in offices across the country. So then when they all the guidelines and regulations, and the Electoral Commission don't do all of them one day. So
there's recommendation 3 we talk about the Electoral Commission to cease the use of classifying documents. Yes. A new information document management policy. Then they say they
said they accept them, even though whatever happens, not all documents go be. We will go. Some documents go virtually need some level of privacy, based on the seriousness of what it go mean. But they accept that and they don't review a lot of the work around Nandi as well.
Okay.
So there are 3 aspects of work they go on. Around the institutions now. Some of the institutions and they not be even get. Out of the functional and management review, they not get law and regulations and get. For example, the IPPC, the Police Complaint Board. Now, after the review, one of the recommendations, a couple of recommendations, they actually made them develop and pass an act on them. And not just because of act sake. Now, for the work we can do through that regulation, what they get, they talk about, complainants board. An independent institution where for investigate police behavior and also if we ever forget the power for enforce the decisions of the board. So those are they require. Legal instruments for support them. So they want they all now process them with the in the calls now, because like what I say, the reports that don't go to the Chief Minister. PRSU they develop matrix for how the implementation then will take place across the board.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Also, we're also very much concerned about public information. So in the past couple of weeks, months, with support from the UNDP, for example, and government of Sierra Leone, we don't engage in a lot of real public information and civic engagement. We do that in consonance with the Ministry of Information and Civic Education. For take the 8 recommendations. So, to Sierra Leoneans across the board, 16 districts engagements. We don't do that. And also the draft amendment at that time, just for explaining and verbatim, and we can imagine the impression where it show among Sierra Leoneans, the fact that many Sierra Leoneans may get very low knowledge about the whole tripartite process. With the kind of misinformation, disinformation will be there around. So as a result of that, it give a lot of very, encouraging impression to Sierra Leoneans. The very fact that Sierra Leoneans know say laws and will go make political parties accountable for their actions during elections and around electionary processes, and the fact that they also checkmate a series of institutions that will do elections issues. Show a lot of real interest to Sierra Leoneans. So that one, I think that will continue. We don't develop jingles, signature tunes. They across radios across the country. They inform Sierra Leoneans about the work around the tripartite. So the extent of work will look enormous, but with the level of support, we're not able to really significantly deal with the issues.
There is this recommendation 7, which say the Electoral Commission to publish a full electoral cycle calendar within 12 months of the declaration of a presidential election results. An update should be published every 6 months. Electoral Commission to publish this calendar on the website in the Gazette and have a hard copy available at every Electoral Commission office. How this align with the fixed dates within the amendment bill presently? Now this informed, and is there any alignment?
There are 2 different issues, because the recommendation on the fixed date now, as a result of the fact say we not don't get date per se. If you speak to people who are around the elections, they will tell you that we already know when elections they be. If you speak to parliamentarians, they will tell you that we're parliament lock. In fact, now the benchmark dandy. But the fact of the matter that best practices show in many parts of the world they say dates day for elections. We really going to say, okay, this particular week of this particular period. So the now we reset one for really clear. So that it doesn't give that speculation when dates they come, or will be giving raise issue about when president and the electoral commissioner they meet for decide on dates. So that make down the count up. But for making the electoral commission work, it require planning. So as I speak to you, that recommendation we talk about, they on course. They already do a comprehensive strategic plan, and that strategic plan will speak about the whole electoral cycle. From pre-election and post-election cycle, and they don't do extensive consultation around that. Once that is done, it will show clearly as to the whole calendar of events. Looking at it based on dates, months, and period where each of the activities within the entire electoral cycle will be performed.
Some of them things they are within the recommendation, including staff audits and the recruitment of staff. Nothing we get for be policies them way the electoral commission go get actually need for any constitutional review or amendment.
No, it show within the constitution, within the electoral commission for do. But they also need internal documents where they guide them, and it not will be at variance with the constitution. So you have to fall within the constitutional provision of the electoral commission. And that one day, now I say, now part of the work them, we themselves also don't do and are not complete.
There's this contentious issue about within the recommendations say about threshold, for presidential election within the recommendations say and within the draft document. How it came about changing? Is it from the secretariat or not through the AG office that they change? Because the recommendations on the secretariat, the understanding is both the APC and the government when are signatory to the document and get co-chairs, right? Then they sit down and agree on things and then they inform whatever for be part of the review. How did that change?
So first of all, and this is what I've said to many people. So first of all this process here within the ambit of government's operation. The Attorney General and Minister of Justice, then are the legal advisor to government, and virtually then they lead on this process. Now in desk and within colleagues, you get a legal team of about 8 to 10 people, including international consultations as well for best practice. Now then they advise how then process it they be. So if you listen to him, I can only quote him in this. If you listen to him, I say this is how government works. By the time we 2013 and the constitutional review from President Nkrumah be done, there was a white paper. That's the analogy he gave, the realistic analogy as well. He said the white paper was presented. It was up to government to accept sets of recommendations in the white paper. It was also up to government to not to accept certain things in the white paper or tweak some of those. I think Nadande is that's how government works. It not means because it was just verbatim in the recommendation. Now so it come out. Then we believe then go review them in a way. So that review they don't take place. In the recommendation they say 50 plus 1 plus 25% of a number of districts.
Yeah.
Now then say 50 plus 20% in two-thirds of 11 districts. I think the onus is now with the parliament.
Is that what came out from the engagements I wanna get? The engagements with people then, because when I get consultations and engagements, within actually the people wanted, was it what is in the recommendation or they wanted change? Or this not so from una directly now waiting come up from the AG office?
I think from the AG office, I'm not the legal advisor. So it gets really a pace for deal with the issues. A set of issues and the way we deal with. We get to consultations and conversation. Even though we in the past, people then go talk briskly about some of the issues there. People then go talk, say, we want many elections to be simple.
Yeah.
We want many elections, will they spend too much money per elections? As a result, by 10 election though, we begin imagine we save for pool money for run. What's the core issues? Of course, elections. No expensive thing. But comparative conversation day as to how they see in other parts of the world. So that a lot come inside consultations and conversations we get with Sierra Leoneans.
There is this other one quickly before I go to August. You don't join at the studio. Recommendation 36. It recommended to amend the Constitution on the Public Elections Act, provide for a search committee for the appointment of all members of the Electoral Commission and chair of the Political Parties Regulation Commission that comprises 9 persons from all walks of life, with an overall number of women in line with GWE Act, including one from each Interreligious Council, the Bar Association, Civil Society, Labour Congress, Sierra Leone Association of Journalists, Women's Organization, youth group search and nominating committee to be administratively supported by the Public Service Commission. Within 6 months of their establishment, the search and nominating committee will finalize an electoral commissioner job description that details roles and responsibilities following the consultation with electoral commission stakeholders and parliament. Following an application and search process, the search and nominating committee undertakes a selection process including interviews. The committee will recommend to the president a short list of 3 persons for each post who have met the criteria under Section 32 of the Constitution and Section 2(3) of the Public Elections Act for appointments to the commission. The president can only appoint a commissioner that is on such a short list. Electoral commissioners must be appointed on a staggered basis over the electoral cycle. I think this is one of the issues where for address the issue of consultation on who the president appoints as commissioners that the electoral commission, and confusion would only get always at parliament, waiting a consultation, how for consult. How did this change? It's changed in the documents, the amendment bill, that the president now in the appoint the search committee instead of they set up a search committee from the institutions there. We're going to nominate people and present names of 3 people to the president.
I will refer that to the Attorney General for making comment on it.
Okay.
Because I think now within a purview and in legal team, then they go.
But these are issues we wanna get consultations on, we wanna engage people on. What's waiting have been the spirit, waiting have been the reaction, waiting wanna be able to gather from people who wanna engage during the process.
In the course of the information dissemination process, people show interest in this and an opportunity for make Sierra Leoneans also input into the recruitment of such high offices. We're very important. So that decision now as to how it I should say that the Attorney General will be able to explain that properly.
So, but the input I get from people, is it that they wanted it to stay as it is in the recommendations?
In many conversations before, I mean, people have been want that. In other many conversations also, people they will say, oh, this can begin bring tension inside the organizations. We say people and go on for show off as to who becomes representatives in a process of that nature. I mean, owing to the Sierra Leonean impression about representation in places, it's so important for make them really pay attention to the institutions and how they can process and they go unfold. But like I said, the decision for trick and that way they within the purview of the Attorney General.
So the secretariat waiting actually una involving or waiting una present to, is there any documents una present to the aging office or the chief minister as chair say based on our engagement, then this is actually as part of the steering committee, this is what the people want, or this are waiting for inform whatever amendment or review with the girl of the constitution?
With facilitating and coordinating secretariat. I mean, you know, this the steering committee full of government officials and other actors. We get they get their own jobs and what they do. So we are an operational secretariat and catalytic. So we work on based on the belief of the steering committee say we done the process. So part of the duty now for liaise between institutions and ensure say the various recommendations what they're supposed to do they happen. So with the benchmark them, with the look at them, with the ensure compliance, then they follow up with this process. Some of them they already be don't make recommendations, then set back say we get issue with this because of the constitution, we get issue with this because of the way we operate. I mean, a small number of recommendations, we still not move forward. It's about 10%. I mean, we could go back to the steering committee and report. We own duty now for ensure, say, work is going on across the board and consistently with the report back to the steering committee. So, for example, in conversations around recommendation 78, we in the Attorney General office lead on that process there.
And recommendation
and about the electoral systems, for example.
Yeah.
So we support in the planning and preparation of citizens across the country for various consultations, be it at closed door consultations and also district consultations at the regional level across. And then we also follow through with the facilitators for produce the reports and we will present to the Attorney General and the Chief Minister. So that's the set of work we have done. Ours is really to ensure that the recommendations around each of the institutions are being followed, or to sit in the processes to ensure that they are using the mechanisms that they are supposed to use for men and do them. For example, the functional management reviews. We work with PSRU. We go to the first meeting, the set of meetings, the orientation meetings. We go to the validation meetings. We go to the final report writing meetings. And we also be there for facilitate the process for me to present to the Chief Minister as chairman. So that's what we do.
You talk about compliance. One of the other contentious issue, the amendment bill, the electoral system, the PR, the first past the post. The representation, civil society say they if we get election and they agree say it's first past the post. Interreligious council, paramount chiefs, and all of that. But not reflective that the amendment bill, which indeed it's actually the PR. The issue, I'm asking you about the issue of compliance, and you say now why should I do not work with the AG office? Waiting at the reflection from waiting come up from the field, the engagement they want to get. You think there's been compliance with waiting then at the amendment bill presently?
So I mean that issue will really be contentious. The conversation was open. I mean, from all walks of life, Sierra Leoneans have spoken about the two systems. I mean, so yes, paramount chiefs don't talk, they don't talk. We also spoke to the EMBs, the security sector, human rights organizations. They themselves know exactly how they closer to elections and what they mean. We also speak to political parties, 60 registered political parties. And I mean, they themselves brought up the issues. Of course, within the 16 registered political parties, it was so contentious because already there was another recommendation, 70, where they talk about the registering of political parties in the circumstances that now win election consecutively twice. And they will say part of the reason why we're not winning elections is because of the kind of system that's being run. And so this is the system that we want. But we're also saying that with this system, there should be a lower threshold. So a lot of that conversation happened across the country. But if you listen to the Attorney General, I also tell you, saying, other documents and they will then also reference in this process. And from them documents and they now make they reach at that decision. But even in the bill right now, you will realize, say, okay, they talk about PR, but necessarily talk about the kind PR we want for use. So it means there's need for more consultations in the engagements. I mean, it was clear that it's been put emphasis on the three systems, including a hybrid system. We go bring them two systems into a system. We go show reduce cost effectiveness around elections, reduce violence, but also create an opportunity for make citizens and vote no loss. Because there are elections which say you see a slight difference between the winner and the person who lost. So important for make also that set of votes and the set of loss. So there's a lot of those kinds of consultation. But the end of it from where the bill come out, now the Attorney General office today. And I get that decision they, so that decision they take, and don't care and go to Parliament.
But what was reflective of the engagement now that there were different views?
Absolutely.
On first past the post and PR system and hybrid system as well.
Yes.
And that not reflective now the document.
Well, like I said to you, he also said that there was a white paper from the Justice Kavan constitutional review process, one of the most extensive consultated reviews, and then take note of her. So there's a latitude of action oriented place. We said that decision come out. I mean, we now follow through.
Okay. I go and ask you, as somebody who work in the electoral cycle, the electoral sector in this country, it's too new and you work in civil society. What do you think, say, could be the preferred or better electoral system for this country?
You know, my opinion will be important. I've been around elections for almost 2 decades. Many institutions want foresee elections improve. So important for that we review a lot of we own thinking about them. I believe say this country I really need an electoral hybrid system where they speak to the Sierra Leonean elections concept. You know, this country elections is about winner takes all. It don't just affect we body politics, but it even affects the way we respond. I mean, to state matters. So in the cause of this, where I see the recommendations will come out from the consultation, I feel say really it broad enough for next Sierra Leoneans and get serious consultation and decide on a system we go be more advantageous to Sierra Leone, not to political parties. Because what I don't see right now about ranting around how each political party feels a comfortable with. Like give you an example. When we did Bombali, a civil society outfit came and they wanted to speak on this issue. May you imagine, this is in Bombali, I could vividly remember. And the young woman said, you know, the way the elections process time for parliament and for local council, may I think say, one day in a development-oriented process, then at the local council. And for the parliamentarians, now law that they make. So that in a different process altogether. That's our opinion. In McKinney, it's also I believe say a hybrid system will work for solve some of this problem. And one, because development processes that within local councils today, me I believe say now they more first past the post for be developed in a way so that councillors really get direct actions with them people and constituents. Except for parliamentarians, now law they make. They say the PRK work under. So that it bring in more inclusive process into Dande. That was our opinion. And I could feel how people reacted in the hall. Even though, because I'm in Bombali, the core of the conversation was about first past the post. But I think it now beholds on parliamentarians for being more open to conversations will be in the interest of Sierra Leoneans. But because that bill, it means there are still opportunities for make citizens and lobby around them and give the finest system we go support elections in a better way. That's
what do you prefer, PR or first past the post?
I would prefer a hybrid system.
We get both?
At least we get some level of that. For example, people do not talk about a PR system with an open list, for example. But like I said, it requires very strong engagement and understanding, and even learning. Because it's not a thing no more where we want for come, drop to the ground, then it creates the impression we will not be expected. But important, real learning, understanding the process, and really setting up a system where we will create a win-win for Sierra Leone.
Okay, good. We'll continue to stay with you. I'll come back to you shortly. Let's move over to Augustine Mara, President of Royal Society. Yesterday, you've been in a parliament the other day during the pre-legislative hearing, but when I released a document, a position paper on the proposed Constitution of Sierra Leone Amendments Act 2025, a policy analysis of the implications of the proposed amendment of Sierra Leone's constitution, constitutional democracy, democratic principles, and good governance. What's in our position in this?
Absolutely. Thank you, Lamana. And I'm happy for dinner studio with me, big brother, member of the college, attending in Keketoma Binde accountability in our club. We use for Kandom in office. Some of them they inspire me into the sort of work they do. So it's always a pleasure what they are around now.
Thank you.
So I think for just preliminary remarks, me as somebody who don't follow the constitutional review process for so long, and it's, I mean, this personally, I'm a view on them, and I think that somehow, somewhat, we succeed forget the tripartite process for overshadow the constitutional review process. And mind you, the tripartite process was essentially among government and the two leading political parties. So the representation made very, very small. Obviously, they will tell you, say, most of the recommendations and they feed from the CRC reports. But I think generally we make two fundamental points. We say, if we do constitutional review, let me complete this process, right? A piecemeal amendment of some aspects of the constitution need to give it that appetite again for complete that process, say. And with democracy, it's not only about elections. We get other critical sectors that we need reform. The police, for example, the judiciary, for example, and several other sectors. So if we focus so much on elections, and I think say that the current regime now gets excused really, because when they come, they meet the white paper, where APC being put together, they reject Sunday, then put their own white paper 2019. Since that ended to now, we no longer get sufficient traction. In fact, not only after the 2023 elections, when the tripartite come into being, that we begin to talk a lot about constitutional review. So first, we first position that we think, say, holistically, for support with democracy, we need, a wholesale amendment of the constitution, not just piecemeal, not just for elections.
Yeah, but the Attorney General say the process is ongoing. They will come with the other documents. Waiting, he was here. In explanation was because election issues can be very contentious sometimes. And wait with the time to election near, then they carry the document go. They want to let them deal with issues that we get for do with election. We get for amend the constitution from the recommendations of the Cowan committee, the tripartite committee as well, and government's own white paper, and put them out so parliaments go get them and push them there on the way, then go to the other document.
I had that argument, and I think, say, we repeat, because we know how these processes, we know how sometimes the entire can happen, because at the end of the day, we push through the amendments and we abandon the broader constitutional review. So I think it's more or less a call for action on the broader constitutional review. I mean, at some point I agree, say, okay, because you get electoral cycle, you want for passing amendments and therefore be in tandem. For example, if you forget a fixed date, you need the electoral calendar for come out, etc., etc. But with the urge government, say, we then pass this, they now go back and say, okay, mission accomplished, right? And then abandon them, because we not say, if you review electoral laws, them, now the constitution, you left other governance frameworks unattended, you get back to square one, right? You get back to square one. So it's very, very important that when they review the electoral laws, them, etc., within the constitution, therefore also ensure that we review all other institutional frameworks, them, with the work with the electoral processes. Otherwise, you will get weaker frameworks, and then you get progressive electoral laws, but you not get institutions that will get capacity for give effect to them. That's one. And then also, number two, we think, say, consultation is very, very low. Although the AG explained, say, political parties, especially the one that were involved in the tripartite process, were involved, etc., and consultations were done across the country. But we not say the fact that, I mean, when I saw the bill, I don't mean even not say, I thought it was a fake document. Not only where I reach out to the Attorney General and confirm, say yes. In fact, they make a decision, say they're going to introduce them, electronically on WhatsApp. We make you go all across, which is, maybe an innovative way of also informing citizens. But we don't concern now that the tripartite process, therefore open them up for involve other stakeholders in democracy as well. So that the tripartite is not only between APC and SLPP and then international partners, but also all those who were involved in the constitutional review process. Because then now, what we see essentially, now that the tripartite recommendations, now then they feed now them amendments here within the push. So it also means, say, the tripartite representation should be broadened. Because otherwise, you go left out important interest groups, such as in smaller political parties, where most of them, they not set them up for win election, then set them up for shape conversations. Because if you get a climate activist group in the room, you go say, whatever one of the person I think about the climate, the environment, etc., etc. So it's very important they open up that process there. And I think, say, for long term, we don't recall the Office of the Attorney General for, say, open up this process. The tripartite recommendations were arrived at essentially by few players. But if you want to come to a national scale in terms of amendment, you get for broaden the process.
So this morning I was talking about how, we forget things right with the agreement and the tripartite committee for fix things right. In your own assessment, you think we've got things right with the work the tripartite committee on it, because all you listen to most times is accusation and counter accusation against the players, trust deficit and all of that. You think, say, we've not been able to get it right from that stage there for able to inform them process here, and we might go back. That's the point I keep making, that we might go back to the same confusion after this whole process.
Yeah, I think, say, increasingly the lost sight of the problem we get with the tripartite. The problem that most people will think, say, the electoral events of 2023 not been so transparent, right? There were many questions than answers. So unless we go back to the problem statement, we're not going to address really within the mistrust and distrust within the electoral processes, right? Now that makes, some of them provisions they will see, they will remember, say, them mistrust here will continue, right? So unless you open up the process and, at some stage, if you do then reviews here.
We're there at the stage of getting an amended constitution with electoral issues. We're there at the stage of going to the 1990, maybe we'll go to a referendum. Haven't we missed that stage? Yourself open up the process and make it more transparent and build some trust within even the players already within.
It's unfortunate that we don't miss them. It's unfortunate that because once you get the trading of accusations, it means mistrust still there, big time. And every time you hear them, the chair, the co-chair, the other players, it's one accusation being hauled at the other person, etc. And so you fair not say we also about for past laws them where people are not even trust, where people think say one they were not really sufficiently consulted on. Or it was a process that was rushed, or was a process that, get underlying political considerations. There's a way, and, for example, Boku countries they don't suffer, Salon they suffer. For example, in Kenya, in 2007, after all the electoral violence, they come to a stage say, we need a constitution where everybody they trust. We need a constitution where they define how we deal with ourselves going forward. So that constitution they is so designed to this day that they don't build institutions to such an extent that now the executive come out and say, oh, the courts and they rule against them, always. So you want to build a constitution now, because what happened in the 1991 constitution, no problems now make we want for review them. So unless you address them problems and you pass laws that where people are not trust, where people and think say one regime they try for entrench themselves in power, now make them pass certain laws here. But you want follow pass laws the way people and control say yes, then lawyer want to give greater power and influence to the people and institutions rather than create a political advantage for one party.
And one of the things when have been problem where the parties we sign the agreements agree to, now the appointment of commissioners na the electoral commission.
Absolutely.
Always successively from Pakaba and Escoma, the issue of consultation. Everybody gets out in the interpreter. I remember very recently the Speaker of Parliament now say the need for put a ruling or address that problem there, because it's every other term they become a problem about whether the president consult, how we consult, or who that he consult. But the committee, the recommendation be safe for address this problem. Let have a committee, a search committee. We're going to interview people, put out application, and give the president names for 3 names. And anybody the president appoints by then 3 people in there will be somebody we don't go through the right process. But it's changed in the amendment constitution, the constitutional amendment. And now one of the things we una raise concern about.
Absolutely.
How then did they affect in addressing the problem about trust in the electoral commission and the electoral process?
So I think it goes back to the fundamental problem of the 1991 constitution. The 1991 constitution, it placed enormous powers in the presidency, right? Some provisions in there were very brilliant, but the problem with the 1991 constitution it make with democracy a president-centered democracy instead of a people-centered democracy. So the only way we can dilute the powers of the presidency, now for remove some powers from the presidency and bring them to the people through institutions. Because the institutions are really the old democracy, not to one person. So the recommendation from the CRC, now that you forget a vetting committee, right? But unfortunately, we see the bill is a nomination committee. Nomination committee different from a vetting committee. And mind you, if you pass this proposed amendment here, there's a certain section in the Constitution where say if president is required to do something and I mean, if there is any advice, recommendation, it does not adhere to those recommendations or advice, no court, not for ASCAM. So if you pass all them amendments here, you left that clause in at the Constitution, we're back to square one. Now that make with the advocate say, let we get holistic review of the Constitution. So not, I mean, right now what we get, not even institutions, we get representatives, for example, one media practitioner, we can be anybody. One legal practitioner, we qualified, we don't practice for up to 10 years, we can be anybody. So, but if we may get a search and vetting committee, what they do is essentially for run all the application process, vet 3 names, and send them to the president for perform what they would call a ceremonial function. They watch the 3 names and then appoint from them. So if the president left the possibility number 1 for appoint number 2, if for state reason, that model did in Kenya. But what we have is something that will take power back to the president for appointing people away, go advise them. We then just say nominates. So it means they go advise them. So whether president go get for adhere to the nomination or not, that bill they not tell we. Is silent, silent, and silent.
So
it
you
means
got the same issue of confusion within who does they serve any allegiance to
absolutely,
to
and we are back to square one. So it means that we not actually amend the Constitution, we just change language. We just change description, or we introduce an entity we no get real power. It's like a toothless bulldog. So unless we able to move power, so much power from State House, because that's our complaint as constitutional scholars. We don't say power too much in one person. Democracy no go survive in a one person no more. Now you get for appointing people away get for advise them. No, never come up from institutions. And I hear the argument say, oh, you go create.
Yeah, institutional then go begin first themselves.
Now I say no. Once you give greater responsibility to institutions, I don't say they're weak now, but over time they would. When them pass the Freedom Access to Information Act, you don't create opportunity for boku people to ask questions and elicit response from institutions. So similarly, if you give them power to institutions, you they help the institutions and therefore grow within the democracy and become guardrails in that democracy day. Rather than you just left unto president for appoint the people away for serve another nomination committee and then get for nominate and not vet. You know, keep in mind it's not vetting. If I mean vetting is fundamentally different from nomination. These are just nomination. Where they go make recommendation to president. Whether he adhere to them recommendations or not, is not stated in the bill.
I'll come to you, Golo. The steering committee, the secretariat who you coordinate, you know, who are you answerable to? Who are you the reports to directly?
And the steering committee.
We comprise of.
It's bipartisan.
Okay, everybody did.
Yes.
The APC and the SLPP.
Exactly. And
the government and civil society as well. But what I want to ask now, this issue of trust. You know, I remember there's a time when you've been out of town where we interviewed you. The APC came out with a statement. They accuse of the secretariat of not being transparent. Individual staff them as well. They accuse them, and me and Gosim talk about this about you know, missing an opportunity of working together and addressing the problem. Them. You think, you know, this secretariat and the steering committee they will live up to its expectation in addressing them problem and working together transparently?
You know, a lot they will not happen. And I will tell you, say, we have had over 5 or more meetings of the steering committee. And most of the processes that we do have passed through there before we move on. And we return back to reports to them. In the last steering committee meeting, there was a very strong, statement from the core of actors that they also want to ensure that there is enough time to deliberate on issues. and the chairman has accepted that. We will also ensure that all the documents and processes that they will be deliberating will reach them in ample time so that they understand and come to. So there's a learning process around that. For us in the Secretariat, we have done everything humanly possible for relate with everybody. For example, when I took up as coordinator, I visited political parties to speak to them about what we are really there for, and we solicited their support so that we can work together. I did that for APC, not only once or twice. I also had meeting with APA, where all the political parties were present, and with PPRC, with civil society. For there were situations where civil society felt that they were not getting access. I mean, we had conversation over this. We started, in fact, reporting to them so that they understand the issues. We went to their programs. Organizations invited us. They will go explain what's in the whole process there about and how we're able to help. Organizations then come based on their own interest groups. Women's groups, for example, they wanted to see what was in the tripartite in relation to gender, what was in tripartite in relation to youth, what was in tripartite in relation to persons with disability. We did all those analysis and we brought, forth the issues to them. We have gone across the country, so consistently we they engage. I know say one of the issues that we'll be get with the APC was that we'll be do the 16 district engagements. The national office wanted us to inform them and invite them. But we had conversation, for example, with the chief negotiator. We had informed him about this. But we also had a very strong impression that this is district level. So district level actors were the people who are very much important in this process. Will not be so not will form political parties, but will be one for ensure say district level actors them understand this process here, and then say we cascade them. To constituency level or chiefdom level, etc. So that way they will be understand them. But we made the Secretary General talk, very strong conversation. We will agree so we will learn from them. Because what will they do and section a learning process. So every process that we will do, we will inform them at that level.
But what is also clear is there is this issue of lack of trust.
It has always been there amongst these two parties.
And this affects you work? You don't.
No.
Are you in the middle? I'm
right in the middle. And I don't try for really shake myself for relate with everybody. And I have not stopped doing that. Every process, I go to district level. The district chairman of the political parties, we virtually interact, we discuss, we allow them space, they come. Even parliamentarians, like you this one, in the 16 district engagements, the opposition had informed all their parliamentarians to attend. So in every district where we went, there was an APC parliamentarian. So the very fact says say he come. Besides in chairman, except otherwise the same parliamentarian and the chairman. Would they give a space when they talk about the program? So we are open to that. Because it was just about information dissemination. It was not any consultation. We were not taking, even though we're taking questions, we're taking comments back. And we're bringing them back, to present them to the Attorney General and the Chief Minister and the Steering Committee for me to understand, say, this is the impression of Sierra Leoneans in general.
And one thing where one person, I think, and I might be corrected on this, then at the Steering Committee, the mayor, one of the things where you don't raise, I remember I raised concern about, now, recruitment of people in the Steering Committee, how the Steering Committee is set up and the dissemination of information and all of that. You think, say, the setup of the Secretariat we add it right in a way we will build trust within the players, because the point is, if we not build trust within this space now, we effort for review the constitution or amend the constitution, then we're gonna have the same issues, you know.
You know, when I tell you, before I come, there had been the steering committee has already started meeting. So in fact, I read through most of the minutes. There are people who may not have been attending meetings. So if you know they attend meeting and decision take place there, you got to hold yourself responsible for that. So you may have heard that. Even with the chief minister, he has said that that there are many people who do not attend meetings.
But that's the point again, they keep accusing themselves.
So others may even send representatives. If you are not coming, you could send a representative who will come to the meeting and will go back to report to you. So there are those kinds of situations.
I want to ask you directly, how were you recruited for this role? Was it through consensus with the steering committee? Everybody agree, say let's give Golo this job and we believe in him and trust him that he will do it?
I got an appointment letter from the secretary to the steering committee.
Who is that for that person?
It's the permanent secretary to the chief minister.
Okay.
He is the secretary.
That means you're appointed by government.
I mean, when they don't say permanent secretary, it says secretary to the steering committee.
Okay.
My letter day. That's what my letter say. That's also the letter for all the other experts and the legal person, the communication person, the finance person. That's what all the letter come. That the steering committee secretary. Then send the appointment. Say we're appointed by the steering committee. So, I mean, that's what I will say. And I'm answerable to them. Every steering committee meeting, I will do an elaborate presentation as to where we are and what are the next issues that we will follow through.
What do you think, Senator, the trust issue within this committee? It's clear. We all know. We've been seeing accusation, counter accusation, even after this amendment bill will come out. Accusations about who that push for this, who that push for that.
Now, politics. I think I get really that freedom for say that. You know, I mean, and are these politics about who one set one for take control? Neither the issue. I will tell you, say, even within the steering committee, people and they will vie for be presidents. So a lot of issues will be amongst themselves. But sometimes you just see them really self-going, then they interact and they laugh and play. So I don't know. But like I said, there's always been an issue about, I mean, the two main parties as to who really wants to think doing the right thing. So with small issue, then we raise them. I mean, I will tell you, when I take up this job, I wrote an official letter to the leadership of the opposition and the leadership of the ruling party. Say, I want for visit to them and let her present what you go they do and how we go and let solicit to that support. They take me time for let see them. But when I go there, in fact, I will tell you this. When I go to the opposition, I almost go through a new interview.
They not trust you.
Yeah, of course, they raise a lot of issues. But I also make them understand, say, look, me not Sierra Leonean, and I believe in this country. I have worked in this country. Now I go to school, I land book. Even though I don't go abroad and land book, but I come back and I work for this country. You know, it don't mean I'm not able to go away. But I like my country. I have a strong professional and technical background on the subject matter we are dealing with. And I'm using that in the core of my job. And so I want everybody look me from that perspective. I know I want to be quite impartial and neutral in dealing with the issues. Because I really want to ensure, say, I draw everybody in attention, and I don't try for do that. So at some point they talk say, okay, we will hold you for your word. But you don't want to comment publicly on every little mistake. You want to maybe even take telephone for say, but this one, no, so if we do. Let us solve them out of that space there.
So you took a job where one of the players did not trust you?
Well, I mean, like I said, I have been very, very open in the course of my job to them. I'm sure when they re-elect the chief negotiator back into the position, he called me over phone. He had met with the chief minister as chairman of the steering committee, and he called me and said, "Oh, I have met with Dr. Kafala Mara as the negotiator of the tripartite process. He may want to meet with you." I said, "That's okay." So we had conversation over phone. As he called me, I said, "I'm ready to meet you at your own convenience. We fix time." He came. We all been there. We took an open participatory process of giving him information. Everybody in the institution spoke to him about what they were doing. Then I came back and I took him through what we have done and where we are. We agreed that we are going to give him reports and information. I sent most of the reports through phone. Then I also tell and say, look, there are technical issues around institutions who are doing this, who are leading this process, that I cannot vouch to give you reports on. But I will give you the contact numbers of the focal persons so that you can relate to them. He said, fine. I did that from the steering committee secretariat, the permanent secretary, electoral commission, ONS, PPRC. I gave everybody's number to him, and I followed up with him. So he also had the responsibility of contacting those people to get some of the information. For example, one of the things that we always talk is say, I don't give for gear minutes. So there's a line between what we do. There's a secretariat, administrative secretariat, that deals with the steering committee. And I don't tell you say, now the permanent secretary. I mean, with secretariat, now operational secretariat, dealing with coordination and facilitation of processes around the implementation of the 8 recommendations. So anything around that, we will talk to you verbatim. The one that will give you, we will link you up with the electoral, with the various institutions. For example, when IRN started, engaging around this process, they came to us and we have taken almost every interview. We reached a point where we're now getting into really dealing with the technical issues. I spoke to them and said, look, the work of the Electoral Commission should be spoken to by them. So when you come to us, I will call the focal person and say, look, IRN is here, they want to interview you on recommendation on this. I can speak about on it, but I want you,
the direct person,
yes, for speak on and who say una dey as wetin I know. So when they don't do them, as a video comes, so they ask me data and communication people say when I put on our website, because we know exactly say what thing come out of the reality. So we have done extensively like that. We're also speaking to the donor community. I don't hold extensive meeting with donor partners and development partners, but also at the whole consistent meeting with the technical forum of the development and donor partners. We really now they lead and then they supervise all this process around the tripartite recommendation implementation, and then they brief their leadership. For me to take the political actions.
This politics we talk about in this process, it don't affect you. Think say it has affected the work of the steering committee, the coordination, or whatever we could have got right in this process before we move on to the amendments here and constitutional review. We get for do the recommendation.
No, I have not been allowed to be intimidated. I have not been allowed to be drawn back into that. I have a work. I have terms of references.
But if people and I'm guarding you, then it's well, so I see what's happening with where you go apply. Wanna go apply for do presentation, it's end up becoming
the citizens, they appreciate that, and they soberly, because they are getting first-hand information for the first time. Many Sierra Leoneans have lived in some level of misinformation, disinformation about this process. So even when you get into the room, you ask, what do you know about tripartite? So I'm going to tell you all that thing. And electoral justice, I say yes, electoral justice really. Now would they pass to in this? For giving the correct information, for me when self-input into them, for me the law then change, for me the institutions then become more sober, and then go do the work we will make better.
Augustine talk about inclusivity and opening up the space. You think that could have helped in any way? Because I remember where President make the first pronouncement, there was this call for SLAG and civil society then be part of them. I think it was the opposition we opposed to that, say no, it's between government and the APC.
But they are in the steering committee.
Yes, but they come after where the process been.
Exactly, but let me also tell you, so listen, I'm into Augustine, and I think say the policy paper now fantastic documents with them for use for lobby. The Attorney General and Parliament for really review. The issues that they raise. I have said this, and I think the Attorney General has been very open. In discussing this whole in our Parliament. He was there. Say we want for carry everybody along, and let them make them law that are made better for Salone. So just by hearing and not see it too, I think say it gets a lot of issues we go be needed. But I also say. It's a huge number of consultations don't take place around the process there, including this bill. There have been consultations with political parties, not to one term, two term, and I've been privy to that. There have been consultations with civil society and the media. There have been consultations with EMB, security sector, and others. There's been a wide range of consultation around this. Yeah, but there's an open space for make you engage actors in this process, like the Attorney General said. So that's why I'm saying the what is coming from our colleagues is useful, and that is something that can't just rotate or navigate around the press. May reach parliamentarians. I would love to.
Yeah, the speaker has to say that
we don't present this paper exactly. To the clerk. Exactly.
Yes,
and also have a meeting with the Attorney General himself.
Attorney General.
So that we will better understand it. They say again on the document and one add. You're only clerk. He said that openly. He said what he want to do. He want more people then.
So you
speak into this issue so that you collate. A brief where he will give to parliamentarians and also the Attorney General. We don't know able to talk safe or right. He want for send immediate people then will record your voice and all and they will come back.
That's very important.
I think it's quite an open effort for them to get our rights. So sometimes these things will start in a way. This was real conversation between two actors who had felt one has felt aggrieved and the other has said, oh, I did the right thing. And we had mediators. I'm in touch with ECOWAS, for example. A few days ago I had extensive conversation with ECOWAS representative in Sierra Leone, and also the elections assistant coordinating group in ECOWAS Abuja. So we're having conversations around this issue. We're briefing them. We're speaking to the moral guarantors as well. I've had meetings with them. And you go talk. We say we go talk. Right now, what will they do? Will they populate with websites? tscsl.org. Will they populate them with all the information them what we don't do for justify? Say actions then take place.
Okay.
So if you go there step by step, district by district, area by area, you will see pictures where they justify say people are being engaged. But we're also doing an annual report for sure clearly as to where we have come from and where we are and how we will navigate I mean, for logical conclusion on this.
Okay, Guru, I'll come back to you for local conclusion, but let's go to Augustine. Augustine, I wonder we run through some of the things Mona lights now, the critical issues them. One, independent candidate for presidential elections, threshold for presidential election, and election petitions, and also fixed presidential dates, dual citizenship, ineligible to become ministers, resignation from public service to contest parliamentary election, consequential amendments to other laws, deregistration of political parties. What's in the concerns Semona gets in them specific? And one of the thing where I think we need for make the public understand as well, now the threshold on, because if this law pass, we're moving from the 55% to a new format of how we elect a president.
Absolutely, and I think that some of the provisions we captured in a position paper really requires beyond just few actors and few stakeholders. We believe, say, some of them here, then get for passing on to a referendum. For example, electoral system is such an important process. You know, the format in which we want for get elections. I understand in 2023 perhaps there was a need for PR as at that time. But waiting the bill they seek for doing for delete 38A entirely, with 38A being the opportunity for that district block system. So meaning if this pass, it means say we don't get PR, right? And we the Attorney General will say in terms of the model of PR that will be captured in the Public Elections Act. But this now issue where they may discuss now the Constitutional Review Committee, and this now one part the issue the way they may recommend say let the people decide going forward, because once a constitution way can last for another 50 years or 100 years. Not always we get for add 38A or 38B. We want a constitution where people can vote on a referendum. You know now saying that the people and then call for PR. Like that is very important. Threshold is also another important factor. We understand the arguments for all make elections simple, remove the need for runoffs, etc., etc. But quite clearly, we get a provision now where they at variance with even the tripartite report recommendation. Because then they talk about 25% in half of the total districts, right? And I don't hear the minister, the Attorney General, clearly on this. And I think it makes sense to me. The only thing we're missing in that one day, now that if you bring this out, and then one part of the people will constitute it tripartite architecture, opposed to I mean say they were not broadly consulted or they not consent to them. Because at the end of the day, you want to bring forward a provision where a critical stakeholder of the tripartite process agree to. I mean, if you ask me sitting here, I would think that the idea is to make sure that we not get an election where FIBA like a partisan. You know, people go focus on the stronghold and get half of the districts and it's home and dry. We want an election where the winner go get broad appeal and broad support across and beyond the partisan lines, which makes sense. But I think what's missing fundamentally now the fact that people don't say, who said this provision come on? They're not CRC, they're not tripartite. And for the Attorney General say, that's how government works. No, we therefore move from that's how government works to that's how it should be in terms of how the people are arranged, in terms of what the people want. So I think that is what is missing, right? And we think either then stick to what's in the
55%.
50 plus 1 at the CRC, or they stick to the tripartite 50 plus 1 25% in half of the district. That way, then now we know say anyhow you look at one tripartite may get representation, although we say the representation.
But at least two political parties
agree. They agree. Right, so now we get this so much fight because people now they contest this because then say all side come out, feel like it drop from the sky, right? So that one they really important. In terms of the other deregistration, that one they also not be alarming, but we're comforted because the AGSF say government will support them, although it didn't like the tripartite as well, but government will support them. Independent candidates also, we think it's very, very progressive provision. The only thing that we're opposed to now the financial capacity. We don't describe that one as the Jagaban clause. You say the person forget sufficient financial capacity. Whether they go mean say you can easily get another Jagaban in the future, where you can easily able go buy votes. I know they insinuate any Jagaban they buy votes now. You know, and they use Jagaban as somebody will get money. You can buy anybody, buy votes, buy the equal number of people that will support them, and then you can run for election. Election for go beyond financial capacity. You get for represent majority voice and appeal as well. There are a couple of other things. For example, election petition. Very brilliant. The timelines are very brilliant. The only thing that we raise we say in terms of, for example, USA get runoff, USA then provide for 60 days for rerun the elections. We think say 60 days go keep people on tenterhooks for so long, that can be reduced to 30 days. But we welcome the provisions and we set timelines for the court. For example, 14 days for dispose of that matter day, right? In Nigeria, we see in the election petition, it was concluded very short term. Kenya, they took 21 days for concluding. And so we think say that they really progressive for give 14 days. But in terms of the petition, we see say for the first election is 3 days, runoff is 7. We think say for put petition evidence together can equal a bit longer. So we advocate for 7 days across the board.
But what's missing as well now, you know, an explanation of inauguration, how I talked with the AG now.
We also mentioned. So if you get a fixed date, you forget a fixed inauguration.
Exactly.
Otherwise, you come back to, for example, somebody within a power will be unfairly affected. If, for example, you win in November and then there are petitions we go on for 3 months and then you are inaugurated, you know, go end up for serve that 5 years day. So if we get a fixed date, we will also get a fixed inauguration. In fact, in the CRC, they may recommend a fixed inauguration date. And we think, say, during the CRC, they may advocate for March. They say from March to May. Will make sense because in November, if you conduct elections, you will not give for day, etc., it will affect tourism, it will affect people everyone for kind in December. And mind you, we also note now in November we get heavy rains. Last November we get heavy rains, so December. So, but we welcome the idea of fixed dates. Because we think say we remove a lot of uncertainty. Now we talk about 2028 without a fixed date, we don't even know when 2028. People are able to plan their lives and better. Say I can go a camp for March. First Saturday or second Saturday.
So you proper electoral cycle
and predictability. And you get a fixed date because if you put all in timelines for petition, you can able design a date maybe first week in May for inauguration and all that kind of thing. So these are welcoming provisions, really. And these are provisions that will then feed from CRC. I think the contentious ones, now the one that will depart from CRC and TRC. And tripartite as well, because then it beg the question: who side this come out? If, for example, you want to amend that recommendation we talk about presidential threshold, if we don't get an addendum to the tripartite report where everybody sign on to, so the co-chairs will come back outside and say, oh, we don't know about this. They spring this surprise on we. Well, I guess everybody sign on to the addendum. It clears the way for we. We don't know now say, oh, these are the critical players. They don't agree to this amendment. And by the way, I mentioned, I understand the idea, so that we move elections beyond partisan strongholds, so that people they go focus no more. Say now 50+1, the threshold is low. I go focus on me out and me stronghold and get half of the country. I don't win. We go mean say half of the other country go feel say, oh, we don't candidates, we don't mix fan governance. So you want to move beyond partisan politics. It's understandable. Now that make they talk about transparency and the need to engage, because if you engage, you can say, "Oh, do addendum." Right, and they ensure everybody sign on. So we go to
nobody no go blaming company.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the two things that they wanna raise, where I think you need for talk about them. The one dual citizenship, ineligible to become ministers, and also resignation from public service to contest in parliamentary election. The dual citizenship, I asked the MP then I that they openly they say they go discuss and later. Now something we can be always contentious when it come to election, or would I get dual citizenship, waiting them for contest for, waiting them for contest for.
Okay, so I come to the one we recommend where we say it's very brilliant for reduce that threshold from 12 months for resign from public service to 6 months. We think say that they go make, because we know public servant they're not as wealthy as other people who come up maybe overseas for can contest. So if you say like resign 12 months, I able to sustain himself and his family just because you want to serve at national level. So we think say it's welcome in 6 months, go give time for strategize campaign, but also we also remove that need for public servants not using office for campaign. So 6 months is welcoming, and I think it's consistent with the CRC report and also the tripartite. And now come to dual citizenship. This is very, very contentious. Contentious to a point that at some stage KKY been going to Supreme Court. Supreme Court not be able to determine them because it mean discontinue the action. So what do we get at the bill now? Now the fact that dual citizenship will continue for MPs, but it would not apply to ministers now. That's what we have in the bill. So, but in the constitution, it says for you become eligible for become a minister, you for don't be first eligible to become an MP. So how do you be a dual citizen? Yeah. So we say this is confusing, right? And dual citizenship is such an important matter that I think that these are some of the issues, and I think say this is not one part it's in the way I think they are caught up in the entrenched clauses. We would have to be referred to referendum, right? If you ask me now, I think that the world has grown and somebody can get multiple nationalities and be of immense service. We note on our position paper say critical office and they will not forget dual allegiance. For example, IG, CJ, Speaker of Parliament, Electoral Commissioner, PPRC. But other than that, nobody cares. In fact, if somebody get multiple nationality, it carries a global perspective and multiple worldviews. We can add and enrich conversations in Parliament and also in Cabinet. Minister, for example, live in Australia, New Zealand, Canada, can come and say, no, Canada, so then they do more. Because I've been dead and so then they do them. So I think so, not for short with door on people who get multiple nationalities. No. What we for do, okay, we preserve some critical and sensitive offices. Whether one day on, you know, we talk with IG, yourself now citizen of Canada. Right? You know, correct. But other offices we get for encourage diasporans for come. Including members of parliament. Members of parliament. Dual citizens allowed to contest. My view. But in our position paper, the position of the Lawyer Society, we think say them matters there should be referred to a referendum. Let the people decide whether, because the fact of the matter is the people of Sierra Leone benefit a lot from the diaspora, relatives and friends. We don't send money, so you can't shut the door on people that we don't go get a livelihood, especially during the area then they will Salome go through civil conflicts. So because we don't benefit from them, we cannot shut them out of the governance. It's unfair. So, but we are saying these are matters that should be reserved. So again, that provision, they know the NSI say we reserve them for ministers, but we go exclude MPs, you know, the NSI. So these are some of the provisions. They talk a lot about transparency, right? And I understand the points about making sure that we are transparent every step of the way. Before you put on a bill, if you think say it's a government position, invite the stakeholders. Say, let we do an addendum to the tripartite report. Let we get additional, it can be sub recommendation B of recommendation
so
X.
Government now,
we government one.
Yeah.
We want for lobby now. Government know how they can lobby them, company them. Yeah. You know, we get them good rapport. Because most of what make will get to tripartite now, because for example during the elections when people will say you know projection, no projection,
you don't have an aggregated data, you don't actual
for a long time disaggregated data. And you know, Mr. Carter, for example, work on you know how the system then they work. So many a time all the information but would that mean we know that being lost, perhaps not being correct. But if you project someone, they only boku people and fears. Now they talk about electoral justice, so people may think say, oh, one day they will bring them candidates and put on a chair. Because people not get information. We give people like transparency, what they ensure for do, now that you remove a need for the breeding ground for misinformation.
There is this finally consequential amendment to other laws. When I get a position on this as well, we want to note down the proposed amendments. Waiting.
No, I think say the Attorney General may clarify, say, waiting in the seek for do now, now for pass the amendments for the Constitution, and then once that they pass, then now can go and then amend other laws, and for example, Public Elections Act, the Political Parties Act, etc., etc. But in the bill, you see say then consequential amendments are added. So we're not being sure whether they want for use this constitutional amendment for amend other laws then. But you don't make the clarification say those are separate, they will be considered and just put them there.
Yeah, but there are
separately.
things when I entrench clause. Yeah. Within these amendments.
Yes.
And one of the I've been the follow parliament, one of the conversation, one of the question then that's whether after if parliament pass this bill, it will go to the president again, assent, or within the entrenched clause within these amendments right now. What in get for mean for referendum and all of that?
So with referendum, if you get an entrenched clause, Parliament can pass them with 2/3, but also it require for go through a referendum before it comes to president. So president.
So then go remove them.
So I think the leader of government business be say then go identify all the clauses and they remove them. So then go place them in a referendum. And again that bring me to the broader idea of constitutional review. One for ensure, say for example, if we go do elections, we can also do the referendum so that you not get referendum separate from election whether they go cost money. Yeah. So you put all the issues that we the people have for vote on. It can be issue list, and then can vote on the issues. And for example, those kind of system of electoral governance and all that kind of thing. Once people have votes on their issues, then you can now go and place their issues and they on the desk of the president. Say, one, they don't pass them through parliament. Two, they have gone through the referendum, right? So, for example, parliament votes for them 2/3, then go reserve them now. So they don't pass through the 2/3 test already. Now for just put them now during the referendum process. You one day we not require the referendum; those can be sent to the president for sign and then pass it.
Finally, Augustine, how do we ensure that we get a broader review and inclusion in this process, build trust, and get a system where tomorrow will not go to election and come out of the election with the same confusion that will be not getting previous elections?
I think say the government and other stakeholders therefore be very deliberate. In Kenya, what they do, they run almost an unending TV series. So every television within the whole consultation, almost all the stations they simulcast.
And it was interesting. It almost happened with the pre-legislative area.
Absolutely.
All of us were carrying.
Absolutely.
That
and I see. I mean, by the time we get space on me, then we get for go friend cheer for me for sit up. So it tells you that when it comes to the constitution, people are really they sit up and say no. These are documents we get for leave through, and we begin get for leave through. We get for ensure say we get it right. So if you get for open up them processes, you not get for be processes who would say. We not mean no say consultation they go. You they do consultation in a manner for constitution where they left no doubt in anybody's mind that everybody was involved.
Okay. Well,
so if you do a process and freedom, for example, you run a number of media advert bottom, during the consultation, you ensure say TV stations run them, etc. You get a way where they do consultation where everybody they know. Like when election they come,
exactly.
They hear on a radio say, people they will not even know, then they chime them. Then they will sing out without they don't even know the words same. Because they know everybody yes. Now then kind of they do broader constitutional review at this stage so that they remove their mistrust. So that one person not go feel say, oh, this is not political advantage they want, and I make they want push this.
You see the political will from both ends and the willingness for get this the right way?
Call me a pessimist, but I think my answer will be a no. This is because I think government more interested in the tripartite process because I don't get for do it elections because politicians are interested more in getting legitimacy than in governance process. Because from where the SLP became a power 2019, the white paper, I would have thought that maybe before the end of the first term, we don't get a new constitution. And I mentioned to the AG that it come up from a human rights background. I can always see now one part the big brother they way inspire me into human rights from college, human rights clinic, etc. I can always tell them, say you owe this the people of Sierra Leone. For ensure say we get a new progressive and a people-centered constitution. And I think say if him based on him all in credentials and experience understand the need for progressive constitution, outside the political will not be, he go ensure say that.
And you not see that presently.
For mom, I see a lot of willingness on his part for engage. Willingness on the part for ensure say the constitutional review process is concluded almost nearly 20 years later. But in terms of the broader government's will, unfortunately we have not seen that. But we would gladly be corrected on this.
Okay, thank you so much, Augustine Surisengbe Mara, President of Lawyers Society. By the way, reach out to Bar Association as well because we want to get legal perspective of this. Hopefully, they say they will get back to you. Hopefully, if they also have a position on this, we'll have a conversation with them. Absolutely. For broader the conversation, so people can go learn that. Now, what to me think is important. Let the public. Constitution, they don't give you every month to it takes time. Go waiting at the timeline, of the secretariat and your work. When they talk yesterday, they say people it's like we don't begin forget about the tripartite. Now constitutional review they no more now. Una work done or it still continues.
We are a catalytic institution like I say. Which mean that once we wrap up, then recommendations and done will go cease for exist. So they look at how the process will go. And also the chief minister as chairman of the steering committee don't make comments about that. But we'll follow through for
okay.
Saudi.
So what's the recommendations then we left we una the work on presently?
A few days we will still follow up with the recommendation 20, for example. When they talk about a standing committee on oversight for the Electoral Commission, I mean, and a set of recommendations also with NCRA, where they talk about the identity card and voter ID cards, etc. Some of them one and some other few one with the recommendation 5, where they talk about operation and administration within the Electoral Commission job. But Electoral Commission job accepts some, but I know say with the independent management and functional review, it will help for solve some of the other problems. So it's few of them, and then we will follow up with them, and we hope say themselves will be reviewed.
Somebody asked a question. The chairperson for the Persons with Disability Commission, he say, also, how has recommendation 50 for vulnerable categories, including persons with disability, been captured in all of your work? Is PPIC setting this as a criteria, just like the 30% GWI law?
Yes, I mean it's a progressive conversation. It's going to also be in the constitution, because also they want to ensure say they are protected, just like our women and young people. So that they have provision there for them in the bill as well. So yes, that is a very important issue. Okay. I mean, in terms of inclusion,
Well, Commissioner, that's an assurance from Golo. But finally, Golo, what's a message to Sierra Leoneans? You still coordinator of the steering committee. We're still into this. What is Sierra Leoneans and for expect, and which assurance you want to give them?
You know, this is a law for Sierra Leoneans, not just for politicians. And so we will continue for inform them. I mean, we want to create very strong optic knowledge around this, so that Sierra Leoneans themselves will participate. Whatever happens, I mean, I'm sorry, whatever happens, there'll be a referendum, and it's citizens will be voting. So important for me to continue to understand them process there and follow through. Then self also gets the responsibility for pressure the parliamentarians, engage them and lobby them, for me to take the conversation within the parliament to the utmost interest. And we believe, say, the greater good, I mean, for Sierra Leoneans, for the optimum utility of people power.
Yeah.
And we really want for Sierra Leoneans then show interest in this and commit themselves for ensure, say, at the end of the day, we get a constitution, we will leave the test of time, so that we all, we're going to begin and we'll ask you to tomorrow. So grandpa outside be the travel.
Yeah. Say pa na give you bad law. Then Jency then go then they will tell me now face say now all play role for low get bad law where they give you problem. But me I think the greater issue is, you know, the impact where this go create in addressing the problem they would only get. Because we don't go into elections them, you know, the space who sound they come out with recommendations and the thing they will for address. If we able to address the problem them, so if we go in 2028, we'll not spend another 5 years again talking about election and trying to solve the problem, forgetting about development and progress.
No, let me just say one thing. When we got into the pre-leg, even before the getting into the pre-leg, it feel like there was so much tension.
Yes.
Yeah. But when we got into the pre-leg, and the kind of way everybody gets settled, the conversation then starts, and the parliamentarians then open up. They allow parliamentarians to talk. They allow other stakeholders to talk. I saw some level of genuine interest in the whole process, and I think say if we follow through with that, it will be a win-win for Sierra Leone, not just for political parties.
I agree, and like Sori say, we need to be more transparent. You know, issues them with politics, we get for do with the people, and not for be secrecy. Absolutely. It shouldn't be. This is constitution. Every stage, there is nothing wrong for let the public know. We get different way now online. You get citizens, journalists, them bloggers, them. Wallahi, my mama they listen radio, they listen. All people, them, everybody, they get WhatsApp, they go cut the video, they on a video, they go send it, they go far. People and they see. So if we make more effort for let the citizens they involve and understand. Now other person go tell person say no me I be here, if you know yourself me I here. So that will be transparent. This country forgetting for it. But thank you so much, gentlemen, Augustine and Golo. Thanks for joining us. So they continue the conversation tomorrow as well. Tomorrow we'll open up the phone line, let people and call. Hopefully parliaments go listen. If people and get concerned and go raise whatever not contribution or recommendation, so then go take note and go inform the conversation as we move along. They take a quick break, they come back and can close, continue for Stay With We.
Are you tired of missing all your online meetings due to unreliable internet? Or are you paying too much for your internet and experiencing low speeds or even struggling with connectivity during video calls, streaming your favorite football match or show? WorldLink Communications Sierra Leone Limited, authorized reseller of Starlink in Sierra Leone, is here for your businesses and enterprises with super fast, unbeatable and affordable speeds here to cater to your needs. At WorldLink, we provide local support anytime, any day. To know more about our services, visit us at our office at 115 Beach Road, Lumley, or contact us on 080-000-111 or 075-000-111 or on our website at sl.wlnet.com. WorldLink Communications, empowering connectivity in Sierra Leone.
Mama, this internet no dey gree make I do me homework. It's too slow.
I no want make you worry. Signature Connect don come na salon. Signature Connect wey na fiber internet and microwave coverage e get dey na salon now. And e come from make the internet problem done Tripartite. Signature Connect wey dey na number 92 Regent Road Hill Station don come with package dem wey go sweet you. When you connect, you dey get 3 days free trial for both postpaid and prepaid options. Then package and sweeter, then get 700 for small homes, 900 and then 1,250 for smaller office them and business place them. And sell for corporate services them. You will able use the internet for connect to CCTV camera, laptop and phone and other appliances them where you get na you house or you office. Not forget to Signature Connect. Day for all man. Contact them na 072 568 290 or 033 233 620.
Soba Kaiba Bodu don boss! Now you go able to talk Boku for small couple and still win Boku in them. Subscribe to the Soba Kaiba bundle now. Just dial *500# for subscribe. Choose your bundle and talk Boku for small money. Yes, this is the cheapest voice bundle na salon today. The more you subscribe, the more chance you get for win. Brown new keke dem, motorbike, generator and solar light. Dial *500# and start for win.
Orange.
Me family them. Yes, sir. Inside this country we get different political party them. But we know. And they all get their aims and their objectives. Some na for can fight for the power, ruling and opposition. Some na for the run after power, that's a third force. And some them na for support to that they na power. And when you want for enjoy them, just tune your radio. You go hear the drama. We man them the the grammar. Na FM salon every day. I keep in a party, me say every day. Radio station for all the politicians, me say right down day. The party keep well. The party can jam, see them. The talking plenty and the shocking one. So argument. Pulling party king day, opposition they safety day. I tell you, third first king day, Fufuzela they.
Yeah, politics never puts we behind. Politics for make we progress. You know, forget the political will. Politician them, you know, as much as how, you know, everybody get right for getting differences. If it be about ideology, what do you want for do better? We come to salon for be salon first, and at that day we all for agree for do, you know. The opportunity there would get so people are within a power, we are within our opposition, we are within a parliament, we are within a the civic space. We all for understand say if we allow things and way bad for happen, posterity go judge we tomorrow bambai, we go sit down with regrets. So we get opportunity for do everything right. We not agree we do everything wrong. And we need for be transparent. Governance issue, it's going to not forget secrecy. You know, but again, we can get opportunity them for build institution them out of trust, but we know they do them. Because for me, like appointing somebody, people them for working at the tripartite steering committee secretariat. Advertise it. Let people apply. Vet them. Let it be. Let people them where they work. They let the players them get trust in them. That is where we missed everything. And I still can recall where the president in his statement be talk about inclusivity in that process. The civil society, the media, the opposition be opposed to that. Now later part, then can include civil society and the media. And civil society and media self within at this space. When they see all the problem where they go on. When they see the level of, you know, trust where them people they are not get for themselves. When I can come out with a position, say we as civil society that we're a part of this process, we think say it's not going the right way. And if we try to solve problem, the people that will help we solve the problem, not trust themselves, the institution they not trust them, people the way that they can't come out and speak up, we know they solve the problem. And my biggest fear, now for not waste all this time and resources, spend 5 years for addressing problem they are out of disagreements we don't get. We go into an election with confusion, come up at that election day with confusion, spend other years again for try for fix the same problem that we don't get 5 years, we don't get an opportunity for fix or not fix. We don't get all kind of opportunity. We don't get it. They come before we for address with problem them. But all you will hear na counter accusation, counter accusation. And we will continue for talk. We will continue for get the conversation. And we role will they play. But sometimes I can imagine why we just can't do things the right way. When we get opportunity for do them, we just can't do them the right way. You know? This is the Truth Morning Devotion. Now how they end the program. But don't forget, say, Freetown City Council is in a crisis. It's in a crisis. The chief administrator don't confirm that. The chief councillor don't confirm that. The chief administrator say he no go sign documents if the finance officer still in at the place where he say they don't suspend. The councillors the chief councillor don't accuse the chief administrator of several things, allegations of corruption, of insubordination and all of that. And if the chief administrator not sign document them for fuel, for waste trucks, for buses, for do council work, then it will be on a standstill. Freetown will continue for dirty pass how it is so. The school bus them way for pick we picking, they not go get fuel for go around and pick them. The hospital them way or clinic them way council they support the council's municipal schools them not go get the support with them for get. We sister them, mama them, where they sweep with treats and man them, we brother and uncle them, papa them, no go get paid. We family where they work in a council, it sets himself safe. Now January they done so very long January, no go get salary. So we call on the vice president, the Ministry of Local Government, the mayor, council, and other stakeholders them for serious and sit down and resolve this problem. Nobody need to benefit from this. Now the people and they suffer. The people them where rely on council for their livelihood. People them where they look forward to council doing its work for clean the city. Now we the Freetonians, now we go affect. Please, we call on the vice president as chairman, as possible the possibly oversee local council in the country. For resolve this issue, for put the players them together and try for resolve this issue. I forget what tell you now. The other day I laugh now we farmer talk about. You know that truck? I go na Google. I look the truck where they say them thief. You sabi them long trailer we can carry them caterpillar them. Yeah, we call them low bed, yes, low bed. When I like them big truck trailer, now they say them thief. They say them go park on some side. No, na council property. Then go pack and say then go pack and SLRSA, then go check the no did it. So then they pan fend the motoka. I say they don't see the tail. The 8-9 they don't see. Hey God. This country the things that will happen. I can say the things that will happen now. If I saw the world day, if I saw it happen across the world is a crazy place. You know, but please, when I resolve this issue, let's resolve it for the good of this city. The city dirty already aside there. If money not dey back for clean and further, then a problem. Join me tomorrow morning for another edition of the Truth Morning Devotion. Today we meet back as always for God and country, serve with conscience, be sincere, honest, be law-abiding citizen, do waiting right, avoid waiting wrong, play your own part for make Salon go before. But always remember say na the truth dey last. Today we meet back tomorrow. Have a lovely day. It's Wednesday. Stay peaceful and continue to follow Truth Media. Bye-bye.
Woke up this morning to the sound of children playing on the streets, calling to each other. No kaeto, no kaeto. Step out of my door, see this woman they sell. It come say, you don't buy your chair, you don't buy your chair. Well, that's the sound of my city, Freetown City. Every part of my city, every part that I am, nobody knows and nobody sees everything that I am, everything.
This is